This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby.
The great Tim Kennedy is back. I sent out the Austin bat signal. You answered again, brother.
I love it. That's the best signal in Austin, because it could be, hey, it's 3 o'clock. I need you to bring a shovel, a chainsaw, a full body paint suit. And I'm going to answer the call.
You'll be the guy.
I'll be the guy.
And I got to work out with you a little bit of the taste of workouts you do yesterday. Is it Archetype boxing?
Yeah, Archetype.
Yeah, it was great.
Sean Apperson, Tyson Mendez, super great group of people.
A lot of savages in there.
Yeah, and it's a fun cross section. You have David Freese. I mean, he has I don't know how many championship rings in baseball.
As a very good baseball player.
Very good baseball player. I don't know baseball very well.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I talked to him about it a little bit with T. Yeah. He's a great guy.
I mean, I saw a highlight where he hits a home run in a World Series.
Yeah, savage.
Oh, it's so cool.
And still in great shape.
Yeah. And there's maybe 10 professional athletes.
Yeah.
Just there.
A lot of good people.
Just there.
And then also, one of the reasons I came is you're like, hey, there's like a kids kind of camp thing going on or class, right? So I brought T to go with your son and the rest of the kids, and dude, he loved it.
That was so fun.
He's supposed to be in baseball camp, but man, and the plan was to take him to baseball camp after that. He's like, Dad,
come on.
Can I go to Tim's house? I was like, sure, bud. It's your day. Whatever you want.
He was awesome. Great
loved
kid.
it.
What a stud.
And then when we got done, he's like, Dad, listen, I know football and baseball is my thing, but I'm thinking about dropping one of them and doing boxing full time. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Boxing is a supplement to the other sports. You're not dedicating your life to boxing.
Yeah,
buddy.
amen to that. I hammered, even in the car, I didn't even hear you say that, but all the boys, there's 4 of them. They're like, oh, this was fun. You're like, I'm so good. I can beat up anybody. And I was like, first read the room, as there's a bunch. You're in there, Tyson, Sean's in there, Shane's in there, and that's like good boxing, head movement, footwork, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. They're all superpowers and gymnastics for other sports.
Correct.
So you guys are other sports athletes.
Correct.
But you're also going to be good at these.
Yeah.
Because you could be good at anything.
Yeah, T, as I was driving baseball camp today, he's like, Dad, my arms are sore where they're usually not sore. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're using different muscle. This is good. I said, this will be good for baseball, dude.
Yeah, it's a good day.
And what's funny too is, I mean, T's been at the gym a bunch of times with me. I've held mitts for him a bunch, but he's never been in a gym like that, of that degree, and the dynamics of the gym. And there's this guy in there, and the gym I was going with is like, hey, we don't, to keep you safe, whatever that means, we don't know that guy. I know everybody else. He's like, but when we switch, maybe avoid that guy, because he's an outlier. I was like, okay, cool. And then he goes with Shane, who we'll talk about. I love Shane. He goes with Shane, who's like your brother, right?
Yeah.
You guys look similar builds.
So he's my brother.
Both savages. Yeah, he's awesome. I'll talk. I went to lunch with that after. He's so cool. So this guy goes with Shane, and he's going super hard in the paint. And T's kind of seeing what's going on. I didn't say anything to him. I just wanted to see the dynamics. And then I see you go, hey, let's go, man. And I was like, oh, this is going to get good.
Yeah.
And notice I stopped. I was just standing there I went, and you're like, I got it. It's fine. Because there's, and I was explaining this to Tiger, whenever a guy's going that hard, and we're just touch sparring. We're just working.
Yeah.
And this guy's going so hard in the paint chin. He's uppercut. I mean,
he was hitting him hard.
He was hoping Dana would be like, dude, great technique. Here's a contract.
I know you're 46, but I'm gonna send you.
He's going hard in the paint. So Tim's like, nah, bud, that's not gonna fly over here. So Tim goes with him, and bro just absolutely made the humbled this gentleman. Humbled this gentleman.
Yeah.
And T was just like, Dad, Tim was mad. I'm like, no, Tim's not mad. Did you see Tim go with all the other guys? Did you see me go with all the other guys? Did you see any of the high-level guys do that? He's like, no. I'm like, most of those high-level guys aren't going to act that way. Yeah. It's usually the guy that didn't compete at a high level who's going to do that because of his ego.
I think a good gym, and it's one of the greatest things about pugilistic sports, is if there's errors, if there's ego, there's self-correcting problems within that safe space.
Correct.
So at my gym, Grace Humada Cedar Park, the new guy is coming in, traveling in. It's a Tim Kennedy gym. Giancarlo Bodoni trains there. Pat is there. It's 40 black belts are in this gym. And, you're rough to a white belt. You're rough to a smaller statured athlete. You're rough to a woman. Like, lo and behold, the Jason brown belt, who's 230 pounds. He's just waiting for his time to get his black belt. He's next for you.
You're going to pay the piper.
And it just happens.
It just happens.
Stuff just like yesterday.
Out, yeah.
And it's, even with the little kids, that stuff stuffs itself out. Yeah. Those are self-correcting problems.
Yeah. That's why I love it. That's why I love sports.
Yeah.
Especially coming from LA, like T was in the super how privileged area. And especially all those kids, and he thought these kids were cool, because their parents had money and they did this, they went on these vacations. And I was like, buddy, sports is going to be the equalizer. That kid you think's cool, that doesn't work hard, doesn't train, wait till he plays sports. No. He's not going to be as cool as you think, buddy.
Yeah, sure enough, you can't buy your way into grit. No. You can't buy your way in. You can spend all the money in the world. You can have the best glove. You can have the best bat. You can have the best lacrosse stick. You have the best, nicest boxing shorts and boxing gloves.
None of it matters.
None of that stuff matters.
None of it matters. None of it matters. Yeah, T's buddy is, his dad and mom, billionaires, straight up billionaires. And he thought they would go over their house and was bragging about them. Okay, cool, dude. I know that kid's work ethic. When T started playing sports, yeah. Sure enough, he was just like, oh man. I'm like, yeah, but money can't buy hard work, dude. Yeah. Like when we're training and he's playing video games, that's the equalizer, bud. He's not so cool now, is he?
No. The bunch of fascinating studies around the 10 people that you're surrounded with, give or take 10%, that's going to be socioeconomically the next generation where they land.
Oh, wow.
And there's characteristics that, and I'm not trying to like curate or editorialize or manipulate who is around me, my family, and my kids. But I want people that have compassion and hard work and grit, and have wisdom and understand being an entrepreneur and have failed, but now are, on a pretty solid trajectory where like, as the tide rises, so do all the ships.
Yep.
And I want my family to kind of be riding that. So we're really intentional about who's around 100%. Us.
And it's not a money thing. It's not a success thing. It's an experience thing, like a good quality person. Yeah. Like some of the best, my tribe in LA was these blue collar baseball dads, and T was around that. All of them worked their ass off to pay for their kid every weekend, going here, going there, private training, and just work their ass off. Yeah. And he was around that.
Like I think Chris Williamson said it. I think he was quoting somebody. I don't remember who he was quoting. Like one of the greatest superpowers that you can have is choosing your attitude and your mood.
Yep.
Like just choosing to be happy. Like anybody can be in a bad mood, but being happy and being in a good mood, even when you don't have things to make you happy, like that transcends.
That's a superpower.
It is a superpower.
I've never seen you in a bad mood.
Nope, won't do it.
Me either.
Nope.
It doesn't, and my wife can't understand it.
You can roll our truck on the beach, right? I can like I was working on that Land Cruiser and made a couple of really big, expensive, costly mistakes. Really embarrassing too, because like I thought I could do it, couldn't do it. Yeah, and but it's like, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
fine.
good. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, even I flipped my TRX, go super viral. Everyone's making fun of me. And my wife was like, I could tell she was like walking on eggshells the next morning. She's like, you're good. I'm like, it's just a truck.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. There's definitely worse things to get worried about. Like, I'm good, man. And I think for my son too, like, dude, I just got my TRX done. Carbon fiber body. It took all this work and they painted it. And this thing is mint. And we're pulling out and this metal gate hits right where I got it done. And T knows how much I love that truck, and he loves that truck. It's his favorite. And he was like in tears. He's like, oh my God. I was like, buddy, it's just a truck. Yeah. And we luckily have the means to get it figured out, to get it fixed. We're fine. And because he was going to a game. And he's like, yeah, where are we going? I go, buddy, I don't want you worrying about this at all. Do I seem worried? He's like, no. I'm like, then you definitely shouldn't be worried. So it's like, dude, it's all good. And my wife, she's like, I don't get it. You were just born this way. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. Like, if you've seen that meme where everything's on fire around him and just goes, it's fine.
It's fine.
That's
everything's
me,
fine.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
Yeah, but like that, with hard work, everything that I think we want is on the far side of hard work, and being able to do the work ultimately comes from this mental position. And I can do hard things with joy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think the more that you do them, this morning, I was not thrilled about seeing the program of the workout on these ski ergs and row ergs today, especially as a 5'11" athlete, as I'm looking at a bunch of rowers that are like 6'1", 6'2", monsters. And it was like a heartbeat of like, oh, this is going to suck, immediately to sick.
But you never show it.
No.
Like even yesterday, some of that kind of sucked. And for me, that's the first time I've done a workout like that, but I'm with you and Shane, and no one's like, oh God, like you guys are just cool. So I'm like, I'm good. They're good. I'm good.
But it's just like immediately, it's going to suck. I got people that are going to do it, that are going to enjoy the suffering with me. And
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. And let's talk about your friend Shane.
Oh, I love this guy.
Buddy.
Yeah.
So you had to get going. You took T and the boys to, I think they got yogurt or something. Then they went to your gym,
yeah,
right?
Frozen yogurt.
Yeah, frozen yogurt. Yeah, which he loved. And then they go to your gym. So it's just me and Shane and the gentleman who owns the archery company.
Yeah, Tyler.
He's awesome.
He's
too.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't know these guys at all.
His business partners are Evan Hafer, that owns Black Rifle Coffee.
Cam Haynes and Joe Rogan.
Cameron Haynes and Joe Rogan. Dude drives his Ford truck.
Yeah, he's awesome. We were talking about the whole business. We had a lot of similar stuff when it comes to the business side of things. So me and him were going back and forth. And then just talking to Shane, he's just such a good dude. Yeah. And you guys are, I can tell why you guys are so close, like just talking to him. And it's so funny, dude. Especially for the listeners, you hear Brian talking about flying the helicopters all the time. Shane's the one flying them. So I feel a lot better about it. Yeah. So Shane, I go, where do you live, man? And he tells me, I don't know the lay of the land, but I figure I'm going to go about 20 minutes away, 25 minutes. He's like, no, by car? And I go, yeah, by car, dude. And he goes, was it like 2.5 hours or something like that?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, hour and a half. And I go, damn, you live out there. He goes, yeah, but it's like a 15-minute helicopter ride. And I was like, what? He's like,
15 minutes in his commuter helicopter.
Yeah.
But if he like hops in his
big boy?
Yeah, the big boy, the turbine one, it's just like, he's there in 9 minutes.
Yeah. So it's just, he's the Bruce Wayne of Texas, basically.
Yeah. He is one bad event away from becoming Batman.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, dude.
Smart enough, wealthy enough, and just
and
pray.
Has the skill set.
Yeah. Just pray that nothing happens to his wife or kids.
Right.
Because
he's the next fucking Batman. Yeah, he was just, and me and him were talking for a while, and he's not a gearhead, but he's, I guess you call it helicopter head. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of similarities when we're talking about like the fuel and stuff like that. And it was amazing, man. Amazing.
Yeah, he's, so when I got here to Austin.
Which is what year?
I moved in 2012.
Way before it was the cool thing to do.
Yeah. Wife came here like a year ahead. I was still in and out of the military, doing a little bit of contracting stuff. So, and then she had taken a job with Dell, which is here in Austin.
And that's what brought you here?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was going to be able to live anywhere. I was going to be a professional athlete. So I'm just training. This is when the Army is like, hey, we found out that you've been fighting on the side.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure this is going to work.
Yep.
And so they let me become a guardsman, a National Guard soldier, like a part-time soldier. And then I was going to be a full-time athlete.
So you could pursue the UFC.
Yeah. And when I get here, I'm on a big win streak, and
crushing it.
Lots of people are coming and wanting to hang out and train, and they're fair time friends, fair weather friends. We're talking about one of the greatest gifts is going through something hard and really learning who your friends are. And at this time, everybody wanted to sponsor me. Everybody like, this guy's the next champion. He's like a lot of momentum.
You had a lot of buzz.
And it was hard to figure out who were my actual friends. And Shane comes in and we do this Rooney barbell complex. And there's, 8 or 9 guys there to work out with us. And it's terrible. It's 135 pound barbell, 5 deadlifts, 5 bent over rows, 5 hang cleans, 5 push press, 5 front squat, 5 backs. It's 1 of everything. 1 deadlift, 1 bent over row, 1 hang clean, 1 push press.
But heavier weight?
No, at 145. Okay. And then it's 2 of everything.
Okay.
And then 3 of everything.
Oh, wow.
Up to 10.
Oh, wow.
And then back down to 1.
That's a lot.
Yeah, at 145.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Or 135. And so it was horrible. About 40 minutes of work after we had already done a whole bunch of stuff. And nobody came back the next day but Shane. And then Shane was training, going shooting with me, all the things. I didn't know that he was Shane Steiner, from Steiner Ranch. And then a UFC comes to town and everybody's like, hey, can you get me tickets? I think Yves Edwards was fighting here in Austin, and he was a local. It was really cool. And then Shane comes up. He's like, hey, the fight's this weekend. I'm like, oh, here it is.
Yeah, here we go.
Can I get you front row seats or whatever? And he's like, my family has a box. And if you don't want to deal with the people, if you want to come up and hide out for a little bit, we'll just be up top and you're more than welcome to come to us. I was like, that's cool. He wasn't offering to brag.
Yeah.
He was offering
to help,
yep. To be like an act of service.
Yep.
And I was like,
oh, you're a real one. Oh, I found one.
You're legit.
Yeah.
And then the first time that I hit something hard, first dude to call and be like, hey, let's go hop on the boat. Let's, and it's such a priceless thing to get a peek behind the curtain to find out who those friends are. And he had come from similar circumstances where he didn't know who his friends were. He didn't know, who wanted to be near or close to him for whatever reason. And then he had done a lot of living, a lot of mistakes when he was country music star.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar and him run for who had more cocaine on a given night.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Some wild boys.
Yeah, totally super wild. Yeah. And so all that living now, there's a lot of experience. And we were talking about his beautiful daughters and his beautiful wife, being able to hand some of that experience off to that next generation of I've been down this road.
Yes.
I know where this goes.
Yeah, he was built for it, especially his daughter wants to be a singer.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, who better than you to show her the ropes, especially in the world we live in now. All right, kids, let's take a little break from The Fighter and the Fighter with my man, Tim Kennedy, because this episode of The Fighter and the Fighter is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly. They're in the business of keeping your car on the freaking road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you'll need for all your maintenance and repairs. If you're in a jam, they have thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in store or online, so you never have to worry about it. We got your back, man. So whether you're a car expert, a rookie, you don't know how to change a tire, don't worry. The employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, best of all, super friendly. I already found 2 near my house here in Austin. I love O'Reilly's. We got you, man. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit them online at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter.
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Also with him, it's for those that don't know, that Steiner Ranch, if you've watched Yellowstone, the Duttons, that'd basically be the Steiners in Texas. Correct?
That's right. Yep. Even more curious, the show, the Yellowstone, had the Steiner family in it multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because Sheridan's from Texas, right?
Yeah. Well, the
writer,
his nephew, Shane's brother Sid is a multi-time champion rodeo guy.
Yeah.
His dad, multi-time champion bull rider. The family breeding bulls, going to competition, some of the most famous stock.
Yeah.
So in the rodeo world, the Steiners are super well known. His nephew, Rocker, is just all talent for sure, but he works so freaking hard and he is the best bareback rider on the planet.
Oh, interesting.
After he was like the best wakeboarder on the planet. The kid's
a freak.
22, 21.
Working his ass off.
No, he just works his ass off.
Yeah.
And the judges, because of how rodeo works, just like freaking figure skating, because his last name's Steiner, they make him earn.
I bet.
It's so hard.
I bet.
You know, he has
He has to be a super outlier to win that thing.
And it's totally unfair because he's the best, without a doubt. But that freaking family, everything that they touch turns to gold because they work so hard. So in Yellowstone, you see Rocker Steiner on the back of horses on the movie or on the show.
One of my favorite shows ever.
Some of the land that they're filming Yellowstone on, that's Steiner land.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never know.
No clue.
The dude looks like a bum.
It's crazy, Shane being, who he is and where he came from. It's crazy that he's normal.
Yeah.
It's like into the same shit we are.
Dude, I sent you.
Most kids aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you look at, like suicide rates, I think like 400% more likely from a kid that comes from that affluent, rich of a family. They're kind of, because they have no drive. There's no purpose. Like they're set.
Yeah.
But he's pretty gangster, man.
Yeah. I mean, I sent you that invite for tomorrow night. It'll be him up on stage at his dad's steakhouse. That's, and you'll meet Bobby and Jolene, the most beautiful. The dude's 70 something, 6-pack.
Really?
70 something, striations on his shoulders and his chest. And he gets out there and he burns a hole in the ground dancing with his beautiful wife, Jolene. And it's not like they're faking, it's not like a shtick, because
they're having a good time.
They're having a good time. Boots, good denim, good diamonds.
Love it.
And she's gorgeous. Shane's up there singing. Bella's up there singing. Maybe cool, Rocker's going to walk up with the guitar.
Love it.
The full family at the Steiner Steakhouse. Everybody out there.
That's badass.
You're going to see Rolo dancing with my daughter.
Love it.
And dude, it's so awesome.
That's cool, man. Yeah, he's just good. All of them were just good guys. Just
I told you, tell your wife to get a big pair of jeans.
I know.
I'm gonna bring you a hat.
She's on it, brother. I'm down, dude. I'm freaking down.
Yeah, look at this view. So, I'm trying to see the dance floor. Yeah, that's the view.
That's the view. Yeah, I went there for Father's Day.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible.
So that Steiner family, is it like generational land?
Maybe you go back 3 or 4, but they've been working hard for forever. Ranchers, livestock breeders, and then every generation just, normally like you build generational wealth and like then you just kind of ride it out.
Yeah, they just kind of coast.
That's not how they roll.
No,
like every generation's gonna.
I feel like now
there's that's it right there on the right hand side.
I feel like now there's like really no opportunity to do it. Like you're not gonna hear a family owning land.
Yeah.
It's kind of all gone. Those days are over, right?
So that the lit up part, that's actually Shane singing, and that's outdoors just after sunset, and then right in front of that stage is the dance floor. And
see, Chin, you could have got up there, dude. You moved to Austin, get your ass up there. Chin's a performer.
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
In what regards?
Chin, play him something.
I do music.
Play him a little something.
What kind of music?
Play him the Tim McGraw cover. Educate Tim.
I do. You know Jelly Roll, right?
I do.
Yeah, I have a song with Jelly Roll.
What?
Yeah, me, Jelly Roll, and a guy named Lil Brows that Brendan introduced me to. So
Joe Roll's not fat anymore.
Dude, he lost so much weight.
He looks
I'm
so
happy
much
for him.
better.
Kind of a bummer, right?
No, I don't think
Just
so.
kidding. No. It's you just got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to get too like sickly skinny. Like Jelly Roll is born to be a big boy. Like you can be jelly, but you don't want to get too.
I hear you.
And that Ozempic is dangerous. I get it. It's
a quick fix.
It's a quick fix. But then you get on the far side of that, on the right side of that, you immediately start putting in work because it burns as much fat as it does muscle.
Muscle, yep.
And
but you're a conspiracy guy like me a little bit, where there was all like these bad rumors about Ozempic, all this stuff, and I go, what's going on here? Because it's going to ruin the whole fitness. Like the people like that want the easy fix. This is it.
This is it.
And then when they start saying, oh well, no, that. Whatever name, Priscilla Presley died because of Ozempic. Like, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
I see the whole smear campaign going on.
I don't trust any pharmaceuticals.
No.
I'm pretty much against them. But I recognize that on many specific instances, it is super necessary. Like pre-diabetic, super obese. Cool. Let's pause this destructive moment that your body is in.
Yes.
Get you down to a weight where that's manageable, and then let's start putting on some muscle that is sustainable.
The problem is if they didn't have that kind of mindset or work ethic before starting Ozempic, I mean, maybe it encouraged them like, man, I'm actually seeing results. I'm losing weight. Now I'll attempt it. But if that work ethic wasn't there,
it's just like the lottery. What happens after a poor person wins a lottery?
They'll go broke.
They go broke. They get $200-300 million. They're bankrupt in 10 years. Worse off than they were before.
Way worse.
And then they're like, substance abuse is prevalent and suicide is prevalent, and like probably would have been better had they just stayed lower class and not won the lottery.
Been happier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because you're not going to, unless that person changes who they are on the other side of the win. So like on the other side of like, I lost all this weight. Cool. You actually have to change your habits.
I mean, yeah, that's why with like the lottery, it's almost like, man, it's not going to work out for the guy that was working at 7-Eleven, making no freaking money and had, a family of 5. Can you put them on a payment plan where they're comfortable? Like they make one purchase and then they get whatever it is, 200,000 a year. I don't know.
Yeah. Or but gradually increase.
Yeah, just give them this huge lump sum. It's like, of course it's not going to work out. It's the same thing with the athletes. Of course, man.
UFC and the NFL are doing a way better job. I mean, watching the guys of our generation that came from nothing, some peasant in Brazil that just worked hard, had just enough money to go into a jiu-jitsu gym, then started filing jungle fights, fighting Vale Tudo, then makes it.
Working their way up.
And he, punches his golden ticket. And then, I don't know, 90% of them end up back to the poverty level that they were before they started fighting, but with like significant brain damage.
Yes. Yeah, enjoy this. But also the tricky thing about the UFC, and people ask me this all the time about UFC fighter pay and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't envy Dana White on this. It's such a tricky road because if you look at like the Conor McGregors and John Jones, although John's good, but he's a bad example. Like the Conor McGregors, where it's like, if you paid these guys, all of them, like boxers, then mixed martial arts is so tough. There might be a few that are still going to compete 3 times a year, but if you give these guys 10 mil in the bank, I'm not sure how often they're going to fight the matchups Dana and the brass want them to fight anymore. Yeah. So you got to leave them hungry, but it's also like they deserve their pay. It's a fine line, dude. Yeah.
I mean, Conor was the best fighter when he was hungry.
Yes.
Literally and figuratively. Like he was hungry to win, and he was literally poor with not enough food, with his wife that had been riding with him since, like living in the projects.
Yes.
And that was the best Conor. The best Jose Aldo.
Yep.
Was a hungry Jose
Anderson,
Aldo.
You go through it. All GSP.
Yeah.
It's how it goes. Yeah, it's tough because it's like now with the NIL deals in college, it's like if you thought these pros had a problem, if you gave me $1 million when I was a freshman in college, do you know the random shit I would buy, dude? And the stuff I'd buy my buddies and stuff? They're like, dude, you have an alligator in the dorm room. I'm like, yeah. It was like 40 grand. I don't know. Like it's insane. Everyone's like, well, they deserve to be paid. It's like, yes. But the move is they get these endorsement deals with their freshmen or seniors, and they don't get it till they graduate.
Yeah.
You don't give it to them when they're freshmen in college at 18, 19.
Yeah,
I would figuring life out. And they're buying Lamborghinis.
These left and right limits where if giving them access to funds that could be used for education, that could be used for physical fitness, that could be used for coaches and privates and recovery and ice baths and saunas and peptides and all the things that truly help an athlete, that is managed by somebody that is incentivized to see that person succeed.
Correct.
Awesome.
Do your thing.
Give a 20-year-old Tim Kennedy.
Oh, bro. You think I'm an idiot now? Back then.
Yeah. I am an idiot now.
Yeah,
and I was
still
like,
an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Whew.
Freshman in college, dude. Some of these kids, you know, they're it's like Archie Manning's making, I don't know, $12 million a year. I mean, granted, he comes from an elite family, so he's, you know, money's not new to him and fame isn't, and having success. But if that's just a random kid, he's the first one to ever go to college, and his mom's like, "Do you have $9 million?"
Yeah.
Good luck, dude. It's already tough.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out well. Is this your song, Chin? Play it for Tim.
I want to hear it.
Yes.
This
is the one with me and Jelly and Browse. But I'll just play
He came here to Cedar Park, and
Jelly?
Yeah, Jelly Roll, to like the music venue up right by my house, and he's super cool. Had reached out and brought me and my wife backstage.
Oh hell yeah, that's what he does, man.
Yeah, he's super awesome.
He's
Dude,
the best.
I've known Jelly for a hot second before he was famous.
He was so cool.
He's the man.
I think this was right before he won all like the Grammys and stuff.
Bro, I've known him so long. When he was a fan of me and Theo's podcast. And so me and him started texting back and forth, and then he couldn't get on podcasts. He wasn't big enough. So then a few big podcasts asked me to do their show when I came to Nashville to tour. I said, I'll do it, but you have to have Jelly on too. Who? I'm like, my boy Jelly. And so I would walk on, then Jelly's giant ass at the time would walk, like tattoos on his face. Like, who is this guy? I'm like, trust me, he's a fun one.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, no one, I've never seen anybody alive on this earth drink more than Jelly Roll.
Really?
He in the green room, dude, he got everyone, including Chin, hammered. You know me, I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Yeah. But I had one or two, but he would get 50 shots. I'm like, Jelly, there's 4 people. Who's this for? He's like, for me and them. I'm like, no, but they're going to have one. And he's like, yeah, I know. And then the rest are for him. Whoa. He's a lot better now. He's a lot better now. And he'd be like, my doctor said, because, you know, he had health scare problems. He goes, my doctor said vodka's fine. I'm like,
no. The tequila. Terramana especially.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like he said, I got to stop drinking, but I can drink tequila. I'm like, you need a new doctor.
You know, agave, whatever, with that ingredient. Yeah. That's why.
That was his logic.
And I did just see like this list of which alcohols, and I don't even drink. Like I'm like 1 or 2 glasses of wine at home a week type guy, like the most boring alcohol existence.
I'm even worse than that.
They're saying like gin, tequila, vodka, without a doubt, are the best in how bad they are for you. They're the least worst for you.
Interesting.
It's like pick your poison.
Yeah,
they're all poison.
Yep.
If you're gonna drink the poison, these aren't going to be as bad.
Like inflammation and toxins, and you know, if you're going to be going to the bourbon whiskey route where they're sitting in, you know, like fire burnt casks as they're fermenting.
It's typically with the ones with color. That's more additives. So that's what I'm hearing too. But
okay, I'm pumped for this.
It's good, man.
I'll just play a little bit of it.
Do you get in trouble for playing this on YouTube?
This is ours.
We own it.
Yeah.
All right. Does YouTube know that you own it?
Yes.
It should be whitelisted.
Well, actually, you know what's funny? This is not even from.
I own it.
We didn't upload this. Someone else uploaded this. Some random person uploaded it on YouTube, but it's on Spotify. Everything else streaming wise.
What part of this music are you playing?
I did the singing, so you'll hear the first one.
Yeah. No, Chin's super talented. Yeah.
Huh.
Thanks, Brian.
He'll throw a curveball. This is Chin.
That's you?
That's you? Isn't that crazy?
They don't see the times that I was almost giving up. I can't imagine quitting because this is not in my blood.
This is Browse.
Built for this, been working my whole life for this. No taking breaks, I get up and I grind for this. No, I don't ever complain, I don't got the time for that. If things don't go my way, I just get up and go change it. I'm talking about 10,000 hours of blood, sweat, and tears. And they all wanna talk, but they're not even here when I need them the most. And they all disappear, I was living in fear, but I switched up the gear. They don't see the 10,000 hours I put in. They don't see the pain.
They only see where I'm at, not where I'm from.
And then Jelly comes in after this.
It's really good.
This is before Jelly was like huge.
I can't imagine quitting because this is not in my blood. I guess I'm built different.
When Jelly was a rapper.
I love that he like moves across what's normally pretty separated genres of music.
And he did this in like 30 minutes.
Came from the bottom, been grinding and getting
mind. Still the same OG, I'm feeling like genuine. Before the fame, singing and spitting rhymes, facing my fears in the gutter with Pennywise. You don't know about my struggle, the nights that I hustled and slept in the van. Got off the road from 200 shows and still came home with less than $1,000, selling my mixtapes. At the same corner store that I used to flip weight, I prayed for my big break, but nobody came through to get my shit straight. Pushing forward every day and I just play my part. The trailer that I used to rent, now I can buy that trailer park.
That line too. The trailer that I used to rent, now I can buy that trailer park.
And he actually bought the lot.
He did it. He did this, recorded this like within like,
because he wanted to be on it, and so I kept texting him, and Chin's like, haven't heard from Jelly, so I text him. He's like, oh yeah, I got, and he doesn't wake up before like 2 p.m. I was like, dude, you got to send. He's like, oh my bad, you'll have in 30 minutes. Literally 30 minutes later, it's like, blink.
That's wild.
Insane talent, dude.
I hate
Jealousy.
talented people like that.
He's so
just so good. Like,
so
oh yeah, I can just hit this track one time.
Yeah, I got you. Mike Stud too, my boy Mike.
Yeah,
they're all great.
Dude, that's awesome.
And now Jelly's on like American Idol. It's hilarious seeing him on there, and like, you know, because you know his background, like his wife and everything. You know, she an escort and covered his bills and shit. And it's so cool how the A-list Hollywood, like he's at all these Grammys and the Country Music Awards, and they all know his background. And Bunny's there, who's gorgeous, and they just accept it.
Yeah.
And he's on American Idol, dude. Like Ryan Seacrest crying and shit.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yeah, Grace I love humans, good humans, because being able to see transformation, and if you know their story, knowing, you know, I mean, there's some trauma in both of their lives, big time trauma. And then the fact, just like Connor and his wife, where he has nothing and he has less than nothing. Yeah. And she, as, you know, a professional escort, is covering for him financially as he's still failing.
Yeah.
And she's ride or die.
And he lost his daughter, and she's like, no, because he's super brokenhearted about it. She's like, no, where's she at? I'll fund, you know, doing her job. I'll fund whatever it takes to get your daughter back in your life. So they filed for custody, and she's the one that brought his daughter back. And now they all live together. Dude, it's so cool.
I love this. I love these stories.
Jelly's the best.
Yeah. The best. Yeah, absolutely best.
Man, this. We have such like this contrast in this world right now where we have stories like that, and then like you turn on the news and you're watching missiles smash into Iran and Israel. It's, you know, you're like,
insane.
It's just the wildest time for us to be living in.
I thought about it today. Like I wake up, it still feels like I'm on vacation in like Montana or some shit, or I'm back in Fort Worth at my favorite hotel. It just doesn't seem, my life doesn't seem real. Like where I live, how nice driving here. It's like everything's great. And I'm just like, man, imagine being in Israel right now.
Yeah.
I
was up all night last night helping people. There's a bunch of Americans that were there before the war kicked off. And obviously Delta and American aren't flying flights. They
canceled all transportation, right?
Mm-hmm. So the Americans that were there are still there, and they're trying to figure out ways to get out. Just like in October after the terrorist attack. So you have all these Americans like, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? Am I just going to like be staying here? I can't hop on a plane.
Is someone helping them?
Yeah. So I have an organization called Save Our Allies. We're founded during the evacuation of Afghanistan. And then we have been in Ukraine during the initial invasion, and then participated in rescuing like Ben Hall, who is a Fox News correspondent that got horrifically wounded, and some of his colleagues got killed. We had to find him in Ukraine, get him out of Ukraine, and ultimately save his life. So we have a bunch of these instances. Now my phone's burning down again.
I bet.
Where it's like that was all night last night, trying to help move people from wherever they're at in Israel to a place where they can safely get out of the country.
Because you don't have to, they don't have to come to America. They just have to get out of that.
That's right.
War zone.
Yeah. And, you know, get lily padding themselves from Israel to a place that they can get into Europe. And then, you know, like once you're in Prague or Amsterdam or London or Paris, like you're good. And then you can obviously catch any flight.
From there, you can figure it out yourself. That has to be so freaking scary, man.
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah.
And it's who knows how this is going to go, like the direction it's going to, I don't know. And then Trump's taking a little bit of heat too, right?
Yeah.
Because people are like, what the hell, dude? this warmongering. What's going on here, man?
From both sides, people are like, we thought that we weren't going to be dragged into a prolonged, protracted war, and here we are, it's happening. And he's like, I'm not in this yet. And then on the other side, people are like, why aren't you helping one of our allies?
I know.
So it's like you just can't win.
Yeah, it's him. You're not going to win.
No.
And then, I mean, do you have that clip I sent you, Chin? I wanted your take on this.
Oh yeah,
because it's like, Israel's bombing Iran.
Oh yeah, this was that was in Western North Carolina after the hurricane. Do you want to get conspiracy theorist? Sean Ryan just had a guy that does weather controlling.
Oh God.
And he was talking about Hawaii and Western North Carolina.
The hurricanes and all that shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys,
like,
legit?
Totally legit. And this is science that has existed for 50, 60 years about how to increase the amount of rainfall and be able to seed clouds. Completely known science. There's companies that do it. You see it across the Sahara. China does it. So weather controlling, this is not conspiratorial. Like this is just science now.
Yeah.
They can absolutely do it.
Let's take a little break here because I got to tell you guys about True Classic. And if you haven't heard about them, what are you, living under a rock? They're everywhere. They're sponsoring the UFC. Our boys, Bussin' with the Boys. They're everywhere. And the fighter and the old wrinkly kid, listen, we've been part of True Classic before it was cool. They moved in next door to us with our boy Ryan, who's the freaking CEO, president of the company, the founder of the company. Anytime you see me wearing a white tee, anytime you see me wearing a plain tee, shorts, it is True Classic. They are, hands down, the best t-shirt ever made. And they have so much more than t-shirts. They have chinos, shorts, joggers, button-ups, date night. They got you covered. They have it all, man. All right, we've been wearing it for a hot second now. And trust me, as soon as you order it, you're going to feel the difference. It's tailored where you want it. It makes you guys look like you're in shape. Even if you're not, you're going to look fantastic. We got you, man. Forget the overpriced designer brands. Ditch the disposable fast fashion brands. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. I have white tees that usually, if you get them from anywhere else, they're stingy. They look freaking, they shrink in the wash, the dryer. I have True Classic tees that are over 5 years old. They're fantastic. You can get them at Target, Costco, or head on over to trueclassic.com/fighter and get hooked up right now. That's trueclassic.com/fighter. You're welcome. This episode is also brought to you by Dry Fast All Gas. Get your buns on over to dryfastallgas.com to win the fully custom TRX Last Call Edition, over $50,000 in mods and $10,000 cash. We got new merch on there. Diesel Dad, Methylene Blue. We got freaking Dry Fast All Gas new merch on there as well. Anything you purchase automatically enters you to win the ultimate dad ride. Get you some right now. Or you can sign up for the VIP club and you get so many perks, it's unreal. Go to dryfastallgas.com. Good luck.
And knowing the value of some of the things in Hawaii that are being taken over by the government, and it looks like the government was complicit in some of these things, and what happened in Western North Carolina, where the government was like, yeah, it's a super bummer that there's so much rain coming down. Don't know how that happened. Don't know why the winds are so strong, but it'd be really great if the land that you're on, which actually has some really priceless minerals in it, if you didn't live there.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
Yeah. Well, Save Our Allies was in Western North Carolina during that, and it was horrific. Yeah.
And back to Sean Ryan, right? Sean Ryan, right?
Yeah, Sean Ryan.
With Sean Ryan. I became privy to him. I mean, he was on Rogan, so I saw him on there, and I watched some of his clips. Some of it's so dark where I'm like, I just need a break, dude. Yeah. And some of it's awesome. But he got in trouble remember when that guy in the Tesla blew the Tesla up at the Trump building in Vegas?
Yeah, that was a special forces guy. I knew him. I didn't know I knew him. When like
you guys did a show together, right?
We did a TV show together.
But you've done so much shit.
Yeah, it was a shooting competition. I was with him for 3 days, and he went by a shorter, like my name's Timothy. Everybody calls me Tim. It's the same kind of thing. So I didn't know, and when I saw his full name, it took me about 36 hours to make the connection, and then I was like, oh no, like this is horrible. And Sean got under some hot water.
Because he had a guy that was saying like they leaked information to him. He couldn't validate the source, right? Like
Yeah.
they're like, well, his first car was a Mustang. That's how we know it's fake. I'm like, man, all this is getting murky.
Super weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You know, when you're reporting on the news stuff, you want to be first. And it's hard to be first and always right.
Always.
You know, and I know Sean, I think, is a really great human. And
I think he's trying to do his best.
yeah. And of course, you're not going to be perfect.
No.
But that was definitely one of the instances where you're like, oh, you know.
But yeah, and shoot, and he makes mistakes. No pun intended. But he makes mistakes.
He's in Taiwan right now.
For what?
He was interviewing the president and the vice president of Taiwan, really hoping that China doesn't invade. When we are knocking on that door right now.
Oh, we bring up that Tucker Carlson, and this is interesting. Have you seen this?
No.
This just happened.
Just play it.
Yeah.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
Who's he talking to?
I don't know the
Ted
population.
Cruz.
Oh.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that
because if
relevant?
you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is
no,
cute.
it's not
Okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
Okay,
actually,
I
the
am
country...
not the Tucker Carlson
No, but
expert on Iran.
You're a
who
senator
says,
who's calling
okay,
for the
you're one who
overthrow of the
claims-
government.
You're the
and
one
you
who
don't
This
know
is
anything about the
spicy.
country.
Get
No,
ready.
you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was a
saying
good
you
idea to
don't
kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you
don't
said it was bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
I actually like
You're not
this.
calling for military
I
strikes
love it
against
when
them in
like people are
retaliation.
arguing
Hey, really
around
believe that.
ideas and
Carrying out military
positions. I wish
strikes
this
today.
happened
You said
way
Israel
more in
was.
government,
Right.
not on the
Our help.
internet, face to
I
face.
said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Back it up,
you're
Tim.
breaking
Back it
news.
up, Tim. Missed that. So he leaks that the United States was behind some of the Israel bombings, and he's like, and Tucker goes, "Wait, hold on. You just told me America's not involved. We're not getting involved, but you just said we." He goes, "Well, yeah, we're helping them bomb." He's like, "Wait, so we are involved in this?"
Wait, it's our equipment.
Can you play that part, Jen? Now?
You're the
You
one
don't
who
know
claims.
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was a
saying
good
you don't
idea to kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you
don't
said it was bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if
Hey,
you really
we're
believe that,
carrying out military strikes today.
you said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive
No,
capacity.
we're not
at all.
bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
This is high
Israel.
stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at
No,
war
we're-
with Iran right now, people are listening.
Hey.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
It's interesting, right?
I don't know the population.
Yeah.
At all?
I saw that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's heavy. 91 million people. If they were in a war with us, I could pick subsections of cultures and demographics in the United States that could run through Iran pretty effortlessly.
Really?
I mean, we could take areas of California, like just the Bloods and the Crips, and be like, hey guys, go take over Iran.
Bloods and Crips.
Yeah. We could just grab the Gator people from Louisiana
Yeah, and
and
do
just be
it.
like, go take over Iran.
Go do work, man.
Florida meth heads could take over Iran. I mean, arguably, you could take like just an average NFL football team and their respective fans, especially ones like the Philadelphia Eagles or
Tough people.
Yeah, or who are the cheesehead people?
Oh, Packers.
Oh,
Yeah.
just the Packers.
Yeah, just the Packers.
Like the Packers team, and then like the Packers fans because they're crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Like out there naked
Yeah.
when it's snowing in a blizzard.
Iran's that disorganized.
Yeah.
That doesn't have the power.
Yeah, they're a mess. Yeah,
Because they're saying they're going to run out of bombs too.
yeah,
Like
they
eventually
are running out of bombs. Israel.
So we don't need to get dragged into. Is my point, right?
No, it's a proxy war that we are.
Yeah, we.
Most of those weapons are American.
We're supplying them.
Designed weapons.
But our only fear would be because Iran's backed by China, right? So
Ish.
Israel can bully Iran.
China is backing Iran because Iran destabilizes areas that we want stabilized. So it's not like the Iran is being funded, financed, supported by China. China likes America suffering and economically struggling.
Yes, that's what they want.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Because they're playing a generational long game.
So Iran's like a side piece to China.
Yeah.
China's like, yeah.
Just like Russia is.
Make it difficult on them, but so they wouldn't launch World War III against over Iran.
No, they're going to keep waiting this out.
Oh, fire away.
And Israel, so brilliantly, they sent out this message to the equivalent of their Nuclear Security Council that this bombing was imminent, and all of those guys, it was fake, came together outside of Tehran, like the ballistic missile.
They took them out.
Yes, it was all pre-planned.
Dude.
Yes, so the entire ballistic missile team that got together and went to this like secret base outside of Tehran where they knew it was going to be. Then they blew that up.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was last week.
They're smart.
So one of the reasons why the retaliation has been so weak is the top.
They're gone.
They're gone. All the top bosses are gone. And so you're saying like they're going to run out of missiles. Absolutely they are. Additionally, they don't even have like the power or the people
resources
to do it. They've been launching everything that they have ineffectively.
Jeez. So this can't be going on too much longer. Oh, so we're good.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have anxiety over World
No,
War
this is
II.
fine.
Okay.
I mean, I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But like it sucks.
People are still dying. It sucks.
Yeah. And I hope like the people of Iran, have you seen the photos of Iran in like the 60s?
Insane.
Beautiful women walking down the street in this cosmopolitan metropolis.
Yeah.
And then in like, 50 years, it just turns to
dictators.
Yeah.
Took over. Ruined it.
Crap.
What's that, Jen?
Oh, look
Just
at
like
that.
Iran in the 1960s.
Oh, insane. And if Brian was here, he'd give you 30-minute spiel on it.
91 million people live there. You got Persians, Turks. It's
tough people.
Tough people and good people. And they're just these poor people. It's always this way though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always this way.
Yeah.
When's it not?
No. Yeah, look at
You
that.
just hope it ends quick.
Yeah.
But then this takes our attention off Hamas and everything else going on there in Ukraine. Like now it's all here.
Yeah.
You know?
And shenanigans this is a pretty wild time in American politics. Are we talking about ICE agents running down people in LA right now? Nope. I don't.
But then also now with social media and just everyone can kind of band together. I mean, also, social media does a lot of terrible things, but also does a lot of good things. Like the general consensus of any of these guys, left or right, that they post polls like, should America get involved in the war with Iran? Across the board, it's 80-90% absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's the one thing we're kind of unified on. But then the politicians are like, well, no.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, no, listen
my
to the
stock in
people.
Lockheed Martin. My
Yeah.
stock in
But then
Raytheon.
the public's like, nah, man. Nah, fuck off. No, we know how this goes. Now get out of here.
Yeah.
Like those days are a little over. And that's how do you get people on your side? Well, if something were to happen on our territory, that would do it.
Yeah.
You want to get Americans riled up.
Oh, the Anonymous dropped a video about a false flag operation that's going to be happening here on American soil. This was yesterday. We were just talking about this.
Bring that shit up, Chen.
Oh, this is gonna scare the crap out of you.
Anonymous, those guys scare the fuck out of me.
Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
Split.
Hello, my fellow citizens of America and others across the globe. This is the architect speaking on behalf of Anonymous. 17 days remain until we release everything. But first, there's something we feel the need to bring to light now. It may not be able to wait.
We were just talking about this.
This is not a drill. This is not speculation. This is a warning based on extremely reliable intelligence. We have acquired verified information that a major attack is being planned on domestic soil. It will be brutal, it will be visible, and it will be blamed on a foreign faction. one from the Middle East. But that is a lie. The operation is a false flag, orchestrated not by a foreign enemy, but by an elite shadow alliance within a nation that poses as our greatest.
They're not wrong often.
Instead, is a hyper-militarized.
I'm hoping they're wrong about this.
Influence through sexual blackmail in our intelligence, government, and media sectors. The goal? To drag us into their war, under the guise of retaliation. But the real motive isn't justice. It's control, resources, power. A goal.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of goes on for a bit long, but ultimately he's saying a Middle Eastern entity is going to have an attack on domestic soil, and then another Middle Eastern country is going to be blamed for it, but it's going to be facilitated and orchestrated by somebody else
to get the American people on board with the war.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if those people calling the shots like, shit.
Yeah.
But is this, I don't know if this is public enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame, like, Fox and CNN don't, clearly they won't.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be great if, like, my dad heard about that? So now we're like, oh, bullshit, dude. Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. Why do they got to wear Guy Fawkes masks?
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah. I also wonder who they are and how they get the info.
Have you ever read the graphic novel V for Vendetta?
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
there are a lot of alliterations in there. Then they also had that movie with Natalie Portman and the guy that's been in every major blockbuster as the villain. He was the bad guy in The Matrix, and then he was also in Lord of the Rings, and he was...
Oh, yeah, I forget his name. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's got the best voice ever.
Yeah, that deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, V for Vendetta. Yeah, it would just be great if that went like super, super viral. Like, I don't know how many views is that now, but how cool would it be?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy's insane.
Look at his movies.
But because if you made the public privy to that, and obviously they can't run on hearsay, but if you made it American public privy to that, they're not going to get on board.
Yeah.
And I'd assume they don't do the false flag.
Like the last week I sat down with the border czar, Tom Homan.
Yeah.
And we were talking around how porous our borders had been for 4 years. So he's the border czar. Is he director of ICE? He's director of Border Patrol. He's a director and the border czar. And the number of people that crossed the border from 2020 through 2024, in the tens of millions. And if you just look at these military age men that were coming from Middle Eastern, Eastern Europe, North African nations, we're talking millions of military aged men that came from countries and
bad places, man.
Yeah.
That are known for doing bad things.
That hate us.
Americans. Hate Americans.
And they're all
how
here.
many crossed this month?
Yeah, 0. Hugo Weaving. I could listen to that guy talk about
anything.
Paint drying. I'm like, this is so fascinating.
Monster. Yeah, this month it's been 0, but the damage has been done.
Yeah.
And that's like, for what? So you guys can get votes?
That was
what
it.
expense? At what expense? This? Yeah. Okay. Pieces of shit, dude.
Yeah. How do we get term limits across the finish line for elected officials?
Good luck.
How? We have to.
How are you going to uproot them? Until the majority of them die off, how are you going to uproot them? And then you got the next evil villains in line.
Yeah. Like the Nancy Pelosi's that have
Chuck Schumer's.
Yeah. On both sides. Like I'm not.
Across the board.
That are inside trading stocks that, are not doing the will of their constituents, but rather the will of their financial advisor.
Their personal interest. And then you look at how much they make a year. Like, but wait, your government salary is like $100,000.
Yeah, you make 180 and you're worth
$7 million.
No, way more than that.
Yeah, way more.
How much is?
Oh, Pelosi. You just got to follow her stock trades.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's a Twitter account I follow. It's something whale, and all they do is track the sales and trades of elected members.
Oh, dude.
And if you just did what they did, you know, you're baller. Nancy Pelosi's net
And what's
worth.
wild is this is out for the public. Like, dude, you think Nancy Pelosi's a better stock investor than Warren Buffett? Like, she crushes them. So clearly,
there's a
something's
Nancy
going on.
Pelosi stock tracker.
Of course. And it's well known, yet nothing gets done. We're just all like, yeah, that's Nancy with the big tits, you know?
240 million.
Wow.
Did you know that shit?
No.
Never
That's
had a
shocking.
real job outside of government.
Smoke show when she was younger. Well documented.
Yeah, that hurt. That kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And we're all privy to this. The left, the right, we all know what she's doing. And it's just like, yeah. she's
Daniel
just really good.
Goldman is worth 184 million. Mitt Romney came from money, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, super money.
I wish we could like put the qualifier that like if you're worth more than 100 million when you came into office, like just I want to remove them from
100%.
From our
But nothing will be done.
Has to be though.
I don't think so, brother. It's not the way they work. It's just not.
Rise up.
All right, dude.
No?
That anonymous thing's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah. And it's scary because he's got a mask. He's in like
Yeah, and his voice. Yeah. But also, last thing about them, like, you know, if I'm expecting a false flag. I'm like, they're probably not going to do it in Texas.
Nah.
If I was in LA, like I've had times where my buddy's high level out there, you probably know who he is. He'll call me like, don't go to the mall with your kids this weekend. Don't go to the movie theaters. I'm like, what? He's like, yep. He's like, they're not announced on the news. They won't freak people out, but there's something going on. Just be smart.
Yeah,
Don't go to the baseball game.
When you're looking
Don't
for
go to
soft
Monster Jam.
targets, you know, you're not looking at a state where 70% of the people walk around with guns.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not.
Have you seen the video? Chin, you got to find so this guy tries to rob a convenience store in Texas, and every single person in the convenience store has a gun. And so like the guy rolls up, pulls a gun, he's like, give me your money. And then 7 guns come out.
Bad idea. Bro.
Bad idea. There was a shooting outside of Dallas, and the guy has a shotgun underneath his trench coat, and he's there to, you know, do mass murder and kill the pastor. He walks through the back door of the church.
So it's an older dude, right? And just bam.
Yeah, shoots the first guy as he's trying to get his gun out. And then he gets smoked by another guy with a gun in the back. And if you just hit play on the video, in the next 3 seconds, 10 different guns come out of the congregation and they're all running towards this guy. It's just not the place that you want to, you know, have some shenanigans go down.
It's all scary. Yeah, like when I first moved to my neighborhood, I was like, is there a lot of crime out here? Like, no, not at all. And he was like, people have guns. He's like, there was a time where some moron, they weren't there long. They moved out after this. He was in a Tesla, and he's just like mid-20s, so some rich crypto kid or some shit moved in the neighborhood, and he was going crazy around the neighborhood and was firing a gun. And a lady was walking, and he accidentally, the gun like went shot, and it hit above her head into the house. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? He's like, well, you're in Texas, son. That lady went and got her, she had a machine gun, and just came out and lit his car up and shut it down. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and then she went.
We had a
back,
kid-
She went back in and went back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, what?
We had this kid in a Honda Civic with no plates in front of my house. Then it's that long straight road, and it's kind of rural.
Yeah.
And I think
You
he
would
just-
see people coming.
Yeah,
You would.
And I heard his muffler, and I'm like, okay, this kid is not from you. We got horses.
Yeah.
You know, like you saw.
He's got land.
Did you go in the back area?
No, you weren't there. I met your wife. Saw a chicken run around.
Yeah.
T loved the chickens.
Motorcycle track in the back.
Yeah.
You know, it's you go in the back and you just have space.
He won't pipe down about motorcycles.
It's just gonna be
He's all about
amazing.
four-wheelers.
That's so amazing. But I hear this coming out here. So Rolo is in the truck with me, and I'm like, Rolo, just lay down in the back. So Rolo like lays down in the back. I go and I follow this car up, and then he goes to turn around to go back down the straightaway, and I just go pin him in.
Yeah.
And
What are you doing, dude?
yeah, get out, walk up, and he's like, hey, let me see your license. And the guy's like, fortunately, it was like a little kid,
Yeah.
like 17-year-old, and he had two buddies in the car,
his pants.
just absolutely,
Yeah.
brown in his underwear.
I wonder what they were gonna do.
They're just being 17-year-old
fucking around.
kids.
Yeah.
Going up
Over
and down
open
a
road.
rural road that's
Yeah.
long straightaway.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not the place to do that, guys. Like, you got to go way out.
This ain't the area, dude. Dude, when I was in LA, after the fires where I lived, home invasion went up 700%.
700%?
700%. So I coach with.
I can't get my head around that number.
It's insane. So, and I have that Citizen app, and it alert me to all the burglaries. I'm just watching houses get picked off left and right, left and right. So I'm coming home late with the boys from baseball, something, and it's dark out. But I see this car following me from a distant, like off in the major road, like following the side roads I was taking. I'm like, interesting. So same thing. I go, boys, get down. So they lay down. They're all scared. And the guys follow me. And before I get to my house, there's another road. So I just pulled in there, and I turn around on him. I rolled down the window. I go, what's up, dude? He goes, what's up? It was like, the guy was up to no good. I'm like, do you need help, man? Are you lost? What's going on? He's like, oh no, I'm trying to find what address? He's like, and I go, just give me the address. I'll lead you the way. I know the area pretty well. He goes, man, you know what? It's all good. I go, it is all good. And he goes, yeah, thanks, man. I go, all right, you good? You, like around here, this ain't the area, man. He's like, no, I know, my friend. I'm like, I'm sure, dude, but I'm telling you, this isn't the place to do it. He's like, no, I get it, man. I get it. I'm like, yep. Have a good night. And he's like, yep. So I'm like, I'm waiting for you to leave, bud. I'm waiting for you to leave. And he's like, have a good night. Cause they would follow people into the security and then get their shit out or whatever. But I was just like, nope.
Not today.
And just the week before, one of the coaches I coached with, his house got robbed. Yeah. It was and then the cops were just kind of like,
does it feel good now that that's not going to happen here?
Dude, here, like my kids would go over to their friend's house and then the doors, they just walk in, the door's unlocked. Like we don't even have to set the alarm. No. I'm not used to it because in LA, every night, everyone would be asleep. I'd set the alarm. I'd have my guns there, and then I'd go around.
My house,
every door, every lock.
Freaks out if you hear somebody knock on our door. Freaks out because we don't know who this person is because everybody else just walks in the door.
Yeah,
because the door's unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just not used to it.
It's a hard thing. Like
it's crazy, dude. And then where we live, same as you. It's like if a car goes by, we all look. It's not often.
Yeah.
If someone's walking by, you see them.
It's the best feeling.
The neighbors are on it.
Yep. Just boys on bikes again.
Dude, my kids, they assimilated way faster than me. Like I said, I'm the one struggling. They're great. Like they have friends. It's like the Sandlot. All right, Dad, see ya. And I don't see them. I'm like, all right.
The
Your Apple
crossover,
Watch,
which is about 2 blocks from our house, has a couple of hockey rinks. It has a turf football field with 3 or 4 soccer fields. It has batting cages upstairs.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really, really cool, fancy ones. I can't remember the name of the place. You got to go up there and have because like it has all the different ways for a pitch to be thrown.
Love it.
So you can like have a knuckleball or you can have a curveball and like the pitches come that way. And in our neighborhood, 120 something houses, you hear little 4-wheelers or dune buggies or motorcycles of all the 10-year-olds
That's wild.
that are zipping down to, or their bicycles, like ding, 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 as they're going down to the crossover to go and play or going to the movie theater, old school, which is 4 blocks away.
The best.
And it's just back to like, and I'll get a text from my buddy Tim, who's 4 doors down. He'd be like, hey, Rolo just passed the house on his way home. He'll be there in 30 seconds.
And there's other parts of the country like this, right?
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah. The Dakotas, Montana, Idaho, Utah, if you get outside of Salt Lake.
Some parts of Colorado's like this.
Yeah, as long as you're out of Denver.
Yeah. I'm not from there, turn it a shit show. But yeah, I assume there's other, it's insane, man. Yeah. I just gotta get used to it and how nice people are. I gotta assume they don't want something from me.
No, they don't want nothing. They want to see you smile and they want to say, hey, how you doing? If you come to like music on Thursday night, you should be like, where in the world am I? You'll never experience anything like this. You're gonna have like random people walking up and like hugging you and then asking to dance with your wife. Yeah. Or you'll have random girls come up and ask your wife if they could dance with you.
Wow, dude.
Not shooting their shots.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
proper. I know.
It's country.
It's just a different living. You know, I'm like, if you've seen that movie, Brother-in-Law, when, what's his name? Oh, Pauly Shore when he moves into the farmhouse. You remember that? Yeah. I'm like Pauly Shore when he moves in the house.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Yeah, I'm like Pauly. I'm just not familiar with it, you know?
How good is that?
That's really good.
This is the midget family.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Jen?
Wait, real quick. This is the one thing about Texas that's kind of like tripping me out. First of all, I grew up here when I was a little kid. But
You grew up in Dallas, right, Jen?
Central Texas, so like Killeen, Belton area.
Killeen sucks.
Yeah, but that's where I grew up.
Don't go to a city immediately adjacent to a gigantic army base. Usually not a great sign.
Yeah, Dallas, Fort Worth, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But so obviously everyone's freaking awesome and sweet. But the one thing that I've noticed, especially the last few times that I've been here, like because I'm driving now with rental cars.
Yeah.
Dude, the road rage stuff. Like people are like bad drivers here. They
you have road rage or they do?
They do.
Oh man, I haven't gotten that. I haven't
seen that.
I've had it 3 times already, and yesterday was the worst one. What happened?
Is it because you're an Asian driving a Prius?
I don't have my Prius yet.
Okay.
So I'm driving a Nissan Sentra right now.
That will do it too.
But yesterday I was trying to make a U-turn.
Did you say the Asian driving the Nissan Sentra? Yeah. So if I haven't experienced it, and Mr. Schaub hasn't experienced it,
so it's an Asian thing. Maybe, yeah. But
can you merge?
Do you use blinkers?
Okay, so let's say
I'm a good driver.
If you're on 183 and traffic is moving at 80 miles an hour, you get on the on-ramp. What speed are you going?
I'm going to try to match that speed.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, it's a great answer. Continuing on. And let's say like there's a car that's slightly ahead of your bumper, and then there's one that's coming up kind of fast.
Yeah.
Are you going to brake or are you going to speed up?
If someone's right in front of me?
Yeah.
And behind you.
And behind you. But the car in that right lane is actually, closing the distance.
I'll probably do a little brake check. Because I don't want to hit the car in front of me.
No, but you definitely want to match his speed, slip in right there, and then get out of the next guy's way.
I always like to leave a lot of space in front of me because I've been,
Yeah, I haven't experienced that at all. And especially I'm used to like, it was like right turn only. Yeah. And I need to get over. I'm like, oh, in LA, you're so fucked. People are like not letting you in. Here, I mean, right away. Yep. And
maybe the most frustrating thing about Nissan Sentras are the men Asian drivers. Only second to that are the Prius drivers.
Yeah, you're catching some strange.
Dude, you know what sucks? My Prius is so slow, and like coming out of here, like getting from the studio.
That's the thing about Texas, buddy. You better. That's why
I need a
car culture out here. They do. I like horsepower. These boys,
horsepower,
bro. When you get out here, you better go 0 to 80 and get fucking going.
Yeah. That's the problem.
And it's downhill,
buddy.
And it's going to a straightaway in front of the dam,
buddy. Yeah. And that dam, you fall over, it's game over. And they're fucking flying here.
Have you seen the motorcycles on this on 620 yet?
Oh yeah.
So 620 and 1431 because it's along the lake. There's tons of fun curvy roads.
Yes.
So on the weekends, like Fridays and Saturdays, you'll have like the Motorhead motorcycle company crews come out on sports bikes, and they want to go around the lake, and it's all super fun curves with good inclines, and 80 miles an hour. If you're going to merge onto that road,
I need a powerful car.
Going. Prius ain't gonna do it to you.
No. That's why I'm like,
other car you got.
I don't know, dude. But no. So let me explain what happened yesterday. I actually literally got out of my car and I parked on the shoulder and I was like, let's go. It took me that.
Don't do that here.
I know they have guns too, right? So I get that. But my brain was just like, I was so pissed off. So what happened was I'm making a U-turn. But when you're making a U-turn and this is a left arrow, it's a green arrow to make a U-turn. But there's also a street going this way where cars are turning right. So I have to let them go first before I can make a U-turn. So I'm waiting.
You have a green arrow?
Yeah, green arrow.
You don't have to go. You don't have to wait for them to go. You have the right to go.
Hold on. So the people but they think he's going turning left. I see them turn because they think I'm going left.
So
exactly.
They're going.
Yeah. But I want to make a U-turn. So they're still moving, going. So I'm waiting, and then the car behind me is like, brrr.
Yeah, because they want you to go left.
But I'm not going left.
They don't know that though.
I know, but here's the thing. Why? And then as soon as I made a U-turn, after all the cars left, the guy literally does this. Like that.
Yeah.
Two good birds. So I said straight up, I'm like, come here. And I just parked on the shoulder and I waited for him.
over a U-turn, Chin?
I was so fucking pissed off. I know, dude.
And you're
dumb.
in Texas.
Yeah. I should never do this.
And you have tattoos on your hand.
I think probably that's why that saved me because he was scared. As soon as I said, come over, he just left right away. Boom.
You're so lucky. He wasn't like, oh, son. Yeah, cool.
He was a younger white dude too.
Yeah.
But then,
yeah, I've never had that.
For them to be like so,
I hate to say
come on, dude.
dude.
I would not do this. Like, fuck you.
But even if they do, I'm like, okay. But this, who gives a fuck?
I definitely need to chill out. I'm too old for this, without a doubt.
And also, can you blame them?
What would it take for somebody to get you into like a fight on the street?
Almost had it happen 4 months ago.
There you go.
What? Okay, yeah, I have to understand this. Because like if somebody walked up and was like, do you want Tim? You're a retarded faggot and I hate your kids.
Wouldn't do it.
And then like poured a drink on my head and then spit in my face. I'd be like, do you want me to buy you another drink?
What?
I'm serious. There's
That wouldn't
no
do it.
chance
No, that
that
wouldn't
you
do
could
it.
like drag me into a fight.
No.
No
Wouldn't do it.
chance.
Wouldn't do it. Now,
I am in shock.
that's what happened with me. Again, same exact. It would take so much. I was, I work out early and I just happened to take a different route this day. And I always try to get back home for the kids leave for school. So I see them or I can drop them off. So I leave early. Wife calls me. She's like, hey, we're leaving early. So the kids want to say bye. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, where you at? She's like, I'm at the Starbucks. I'm like, oh, okay. She's ordering. I hear this guy. She's like, yeah, this guy's getting out of his car. And I hear him. He hits the hood and goes, get out the car, bitch. I'm going to fuck you and the kids up.
Oh, we're
She goes,
going.
Babe, this guy's trying to get out the car. I'm like, what? Where you at? She's like, I'm at the Starbucks off DeSoto. I go, I'm a block away. I go, box him in. And I hear him like, yeah, bitch. And she goes, I'm telling you, sir, I can't go back. Because he was in line at the drive-thru. He goes, I can't go back. I'll hit the other car. He goes, shut up, bitch. He goes, I'm telling you, I'm going to call my husband. You don't want these problems. He goes, call your little weak-ass husband. She goes, okay, okay. So I go, babe, don't let him out. What's he in? She goes, he's in a LA like construction truck. I go, is it like an F-250? He goes, I don't know. I go, is it like a Super Duty? And she goes, yes. I go, don't let him out. Don't fucking let him out. So I'm literally right up the street. And he somehow got out because he knew I was coming. And he goes to pull out. And I'm in this old school, it wasn't even my truck, this old school F-100. I just come into oncoming traffic, cut him off. And my wife's right there too, and with the kids. And I just walk up and I go, you have a gun? He's like, what? Bigger dude too. So I thought for sure it was going to go down because a bigger dude. I go, you have a gun? He goes, no. I go, perfect. Get out of the car. And it's not happening, but I go, it is, man. He goes, dude, I apologize. I'm just having a bad day. I go, it's going to get a lot worse, man. I heard what you said to my wife. Get the fuck out the car. Whoa. And he's like trying to like lock the door and his hand's shaking. So I can see he's so nervous. Yeah. You know?
Adrenaline is such a hell of a drug when people aren't used to real violence.
Yeah, because they don't know how to deal with that pressure, you know?
Nothing happens in my brain. If I'm going to like go to violence, I'm just like, we're going to do violence.
Yeah.
And we've done so much violence our whole entire adult life. Yeah. That thing doesn't happen.
That was the only time where it was like, oh, I'm going to kill this dude. And my kids just happen to see it. And they know me as the fun, nice dad, baseball dad. And they saw that side. And the guy was like, I'm not going to fight in the middle of the road. And I was like, we don't have to fight here. I go, you see that dumpster right there behind the Starbucks? And he's like, where? I'm like, literally right there. And I go to turn and he just took off and come in traffic. Almost got hit by like 2 cars. My kids see it and they're like, yeah, dude. They talk about that story once a day.
Yeah.
They're like, my dad's Batman.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, you know what's fucking scary? How calm you were. I was like, yeah. Unless Cain Velasquez is driving that fucking car, I'm good.
He's not. He's actually can't drive right now.
Yeah, he's locked away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless Francis Ngannou.
That needs to get fixed, by the way. Let's let that guy out.
Yeah.
Because there's another example of where I would not be cool.
No.
Yeah. Like do
you know the facts on that?
Yeah, everything.
It's horrible.
Horrific.
My thing with this, and Kane knows I love him. I talked to his manager about this, but with the set of skills Kane has, you have, I have, the last thing I'm going to do is get my gun.
Yeah.
Now because you're pretty savvy with the gun, but like I want to inflict pain. A gun's, it's too easy.
We're gonna take some time,
buddy. It's gonna take some time. So he got in trouble
because your dad/stepdad, whichever was in the car with him.
Both of you.
I'm fine with it.
Both of you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just pull over. Both of you. But him firing the gun, that's where he fucked up.
Well,
that was a moment of rage. So I get that. But buddy, with your skill set, I'm sure his cardio is still better than theirs.
I just had him here in Austin. Had him on my podcast.
Kane?
Kane. Right before.
Oh shit!
It was 2 weeks before his sentencing hearing, and
how was it?
He's amazing. He's such an amazing guy, and my heart broke for him. He's such a neat dude. It's such an injustice what happened to him, or what happened to his son, and then ultimately what happened to him, and also what happened via our criminal justice system. Like that, it angers me.
And there's even more to it. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
You might be privy to it, but with his personal life
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, but gun is not necessary in this instance.
No, it's like,
maybe a blowtorch.
Why would you get a gun? Yeah. Go
Or
medieval
like,
on their ass.
Like a like wire trimmers, you know?
Yeah. I would call you. I'm like,
Pair of pliers.
I've already beat the shit out of them, but I know you have some techniques I don't know. Can you come over here?
I'm
and, like,
showing up
waterboard them and shit?
with a bunch of bags of IVs and stimulants.
Yes.
Because we're gonna get this guy healthy and he's gonna live for a while.
Yep. Him and his stepdad or whoever the fuck.
Yeah,
was.
I mean, the whole like pedophile molestation, human trafficking thing. I think we could solve it pretty fast.
Yeah, we put dogs down that bite people.
That's right.
Why not put a pedophile down?
Yeah.
And they go, well, it's just a mental illness. You gotta give them what?
No.
With kids?
No,
What are you talking
we
about?
fix this like overnight. You know,
Yes.
like, a couple of tar and feathers, boil alive, hang them in the streets. You know, like 10 of those.
Make
The
an example.
problem's
Okay,
fixed.
100%. We're a little too loosey goosey on
Yeah,
it.
I think it's a minor attract.
What the fuck you say?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come up with a fancy
Bam!
word
I'm
for
sorry.
it?
I got
you too.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh,
Sorry.
you justify. Bam! Oh,
Isn't it?
sorry.
It's
Sorry.
fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, this show's going well. Would went a hell of a lot better if I had my Magic Mind. Magic Mind, send your boy some product. I need the max. You're like, what's Magic Mind? Well, this podcast would be so much better if I was all jacked up on Magic Mind Max. It's basically a mental performance shot, cheaper than a cup of coffee, a great nootropic with tons of benefits, invokes sense of flow, gives mental clarity, decrease stress. Does that sound like something that can help you? Cool. You need to get some Magic Mind. They're available all over. Magic Mind is a little green shot that's good for you and helps you get into the freaking sense of flow, helps your mental clarity. It's the best thing that's ever touched your lips. It's Magic Mind. You're welcome. All right, what do you got, Jen? Back to Texas.
We just went to a dark world.
Dude.
Dark.
Back to Jen. You're the problem, Jen.
You're the problem.
No,
And you need a
Nissan
faster car.
Sentras, Priuses, problem.
You turn when they think you're making a lap.
You turn on a green light.
This is what triggered me. Like he was so
At your age, Jen.
but he was so like, then if you want to do something, then let's go. That's all I did.
You're just in
but
Texas,
I get it,
though.
huh?
Like that, you're so lucky you didn't have a gun, dude.
This is the third road rage thing that happened because my car's too slow.
I've been here for like 13 years, and I don't think
remember
I'll have people because I drive like an old man when I got the kids in the car.
Yeah, I drive like an old man too.
And like I'll be like bam, bam, and they come over. I'm like, sorry, you know, and that's it.
No, but these people are assholes though. Dude, someone came right up to my bumper and and I literally just put the blinkers on, turned over, and I'm like, what? And then he's like,
You're driving so slow. It's your car.
It's the car.
It's
I
your
can't
car.
drive too fast.
I know,
in these
but
cars.
they don't know, you know.
But I mean,
Let's get you
just
something
move
fun.
around,
Let's
move
get you
around
something
me.
fun here.
Yeah.
Well, I want the Sequoia, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Let's go. That has some oomph.
That'll
in
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. They'll be nice doing that.
So this is an update on Ben Askren.
Oh, thank the Lord.
This is from his
How terrible
wife.
is that, brother?
This is not great though. It's not a great update. I actually saw stuff before saying that he's like responsive now and it's that, but this doesn't sound that great.
So this is his wife.
This is
Still
his
on a
wife.
ventilator.
So it
On a
says
ventilator.
this from his wife for the listeners says Amy Askren put, I haven't shared an update because Ben has been in limbo for a while and I was hoping to have him wake up and be the one to decide what to share. I've had some media people contact me and they're going to share an update and I would rather it come from me. Ben is still on a ventilator and ECMO to support him while he heals. There are good days and bad, but on the good, they have been able to wean his sedation enough for him to open his eyes. Jesus, man, squeeze hands. His body can't handle coming off sedation too much yet. I'm still praying for a miracle with his current lungs, but they are currently starting the evaluation process for a lung transplant.
Lung transplant?
Yeah,
Jesus, because he got pneumonia, yeah? It says, please pray for his continued healing. If transplant is a solution, they can get on the list quickly and easily. I know transplants are such a blessing. I'm overwhelmed at the thought of him receiving a gift like that. No one would take it better care of him than Ben. Yeah. Ben's a healthy guy. No, I could never have expected this. Dude.
I've trained with him a whole bunch.
Have you?
Yeah.
Savage, right?
Amazing.
I love Ben.
Great soul, too. Great guy.
Helps
Great
so many
athlete.
Kids. Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's the best.
Self-deprecating humor.
The best.
You know, just all the great things. And, bro, lung transplant.
And apparently, like DC was talking about it, he had really bad staph, but he was still went to this like convention, like he's big into crypto. He went to some crypto convention in Vegas, and like, man, you need to rest. He's like, I don't feel great, but I'm still gonna go to this thing. So he was just running his body down, and then he got pneumonia, and that's when he got in trouble. And the staph just spread.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he's okay, man.
All right, prayers for Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere too. Like,
yeah, I saw that update where it's like he's unconscious in a hospital on a ventilator. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and this is what I had to look it up. ECMO. It's
Extracorporeal membrane oxygenator is a life support system that helps people whose heart and lungs are failing. Jesus. Yeah. And then what's weird, DC came out. I was like, well, I talked to Ben, his wife. He's actually at home, but Brian knows him well. He's like, he's not at home.
Yeah. And then we kind of talked off air saying like maybe she doesn't want people like to interfere with what's going on in their personal lives. It's like he's good.
What's tough is the lung transplant. Like you know, there's a good.
The fact that that's even on the table is insane.
Well, what's scary is it doesn't happen in like weeks.
No, you have to be lucky enough to get that transplant.
So you're staying on a ventilator until lung becomes available?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking. I don't know.
And the matching
odds of that happening is
part
tough too.
Of like
that's sorry to interrupt you. That kind of happened with Kimbo too. He needed a heart transplant, but he was so low on the list it just wouldn't come in time. He passed away. It's horrible.
Yeah, so prayers to Ben and his family.
If anyone's gonna beat this, it's gonna be Ben though.
Yeah, absolute fighter.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so these protests right now, it's called the No Kings Day protests. I think there are.
Yeah. Man, when you see the videos of some of these people that are at the No Kings protest, you're like, there's not a lot of ings happening with them. Like they're not walking because they're round. They're definitely not biking. So like maybe
pretty pale.
Yeah,
they're not the healthiest bunch.
No, the hair color's not natural. And we know those dyes, like they're neurotoxins. We know that according to RFK now.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of alpha males yelling no kings at
like the guy comes off from his shift of welding or plumbing, and he's like, "I'm going to go to the No Kings protest."
Doesn't exist.
Does not. That fellow went home to his family.
No one ever. He's like, "Wait, what's going on? Why is there traffic?
Why are you in my way as I'm trying to go to work to pay for whatever entitlement program is funding this group?" Oh.
And it's
so this is for people that don't know what it is. I had to look it up. So the No Kings protest. If you guys want to read this.
I mean, long story short, the Cliff Notes is it's a response to Trump's handling of immigration with ICE and all that shit.
So it's also the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary, right? So this is what's happening right now, and this is why the protests are going on. So it's going to be the same time that the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary and President Trump's 79th birthday. So they're protesting at the same time.
That was last week. That was
last Saturday, June 14th.
So check this out. This is what happened from one of the protesters that's trying to block a car, and the way you guys described everything is perfect. So I'll just play this video.
Oh, my stereotyping. Oh. Get on a bike, girl. Oh, that wasn't even that bad.
So she got her leg run over, but I mean...
But she has so much fat, it's probably cushioned.
Yeah, she's
she's going to be fine?
Couch. Yeah,
you're right. She's in stable condition.
Yeah, she's good.
I hate being right about these things.
You've seen this, right?
No, I haven't seen this.
Cars are finally like just going through the crowds, which, by the way, I agree with.
I agree with too.
If you're in danger,
I've seen a whole bunch of times when the mob. You go all the way back to the LA riots.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when they pulled that guy out of the semi-truck and beat him to death?
Reginald Denny.
Was it with a brick?
With a brick. Hit him in the head with a brick.
And that has happened time and time again.
Don't stop.
I actually get goosebumps. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
And protesters have to know this. If you get in front of a car and people are acting a bunch of crazy, and I'm scared, I'm in fear of my life or the life of the people in the car with me.
Legally, I wonder what
It's legal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, hold on. I feel like my life's in jeopardy. They're in front of my car. They're on a public road.
Yep.
You should be good, right?
You're committing a crime by being in this road, and now you're assaulting me, and you're saying that you're going to hurt me inside of the car. I have every reasonable
Especially
fear.
if I'm with my kids.
Yeah. I'm not an attorney.
Oh, I'm hitting them like freaking whack-a-mole.
I got kids in the car. You run up and surround my car, and you're like, "No King's protest. We're gonna beat your ass." Bump, bump, bump.
Oh,
bump, bump,
boom, boom,
bump, bump, bump.
You kids still want Dairy Queen? That's me.
Yeah.
You guys want a Blizzard?
Yeah, we're on our way. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a police report. No, what do you want me? I mean,
I'd probably call back. Hey, I just got super scared. Somebody attacked my car. I think there's somebody might be hurt at this intersection. What do you want me to do? And that's all I'm going to say.
Go back.
I'm not going back. I'm scared to death.
CPR, you're going to need 2 to 3. This is a large lady.
Yeah. Bring the paddles, and there better be some jacked EMS people because they're not going to get her on a gurney.
Man, if we're planning to do the Heimlich, I'm worried.
Those are, but look at them. They're not healthy people.
That's how it is.
That
and
girl,
they usually don't have anything else.
No, not that girl. Just look at the whole
squad.
Look at that. Just freeze right there.
It's a disaster.
No, yeah, it's not great.
Baggy pants.
Enhance.
Hold on, let me go to actually where she's at.
No, we should just say, hey, I'll tell you what, Trump will resign right now if 5 of you can run a sub 10-minute mile.
Look at the number of masks in here. So look,
mask on the back.
Yeah, look at the top left hand corner. They're actually wearing like gas masks.
Yeah. And then there's also like a few
mask. Oh, that didn't even.
Look at her face. She's all.
That didn't even break her leg.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Reginald did it right there.
Why you don't stop for protesters? Correct. That guy.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was horrific.
It was horrific. So that was. Oh yeah, as a teenager.
Horrible. Look at her.
But even like with her, right? So the protesters are stopping vehicles, so she needs emergency help right now. So they're going to stop the freaking ambulance or whatever from coming in too. It's so stupid. This is one of the worst protest things I've ever seen.
Dude, remember
when they're blocking traffic?
Remember the protesters in New York City when the UFC bus and they tried breaking the UFC bus? And I guess it was like Jamal Hill and all these guys.
It was Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler's in the back though. And they're getting like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? And he goes, everyone sit down. He goes, we're gonna need the energy. Everyone's like, what? One of the protesters was like, oh shit.
This is from Robbie Lawler right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Train with him?
No. That's when I fought him.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You see if you could pull up Tim Kennedy getting blasted by Robbie Lawler, just getting annihilated by an uppercut.
What a legend.
And the guy hits like a freight train.
They're trying to give him bare knuckle.
No, Robbie, no.
I know.
He's another gem, great,
such a
wonderful human.
This is strike for it. Yes, sir. Look at both of you young, 29 and 30.
So
you fought him in his fucking heyday.
Right. He is sending Melvin Manhoff. Do you remember when Melvin was doing the inside leg kick?
Winning that whole fight.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, poor Robbie. And then
one punch, he sends him to Jesus.
Dude, Strike Force, those were the days, bud.
Do you remember which round, Tim?
No, you just look at an image because you just see my face covered in my own blood, and I'm just pouring blood on top of Robbie. The whole fight was a bloodbath. Just a testament. He's in the Hall of Fame, multi-time as a fighter. But then his fight with Roy McDonald,
buddy,
one of the best fights,
changed Roy's life.
Yep.
Yeah, changed his life.
One of the best. Look at that That takedown was actually after uppercut. If you go to go down one.
Here?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Look at my poor face. Freaking Robbie. One uppercut and he changes my face forever.
God,
freaking Robbie
think about
Lawler.
The freaking alumni that came out of Strikeforce, man. When you go through it, you're like, holy shnikes.
Jacare, Robbie Lawler, Luke Rockhold.
Ronda Rousey, DC. Especially at the time, Verdum was still in there. The whole Misha Tate, the whole squad.
Yeah.
Woodley, Nate Marquardt.
There it is. Top right-hand corner.
Here?
Yeah, that's the...
Oh, what? Of course that picture is the tiniest. So that's after.
That is the punch.
Did you ever fight Nate Marquardt?
No, he was Jackson's guy.
So you guys never fought because he was he beat Woodley. He had that Mortal Kombat combination. Takes the belt from Woodley and then came over to UFC.
It was we were definitely heading towards each other.
In your guys' primes, that's a fucking Nate was so good.
It would have been a great fight.
Great fight.
Yeah. And I don't, like, of course I'm gonna say I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
But it was going to be a great fight.
Be a great fight.
And it would be violent from bell to bell.
Oh, dude.
Neither of us have that's the one. Look at that punch.
Christ.
So that guy is sitting in the back of a bus and a bunch of protesters are walking up and that guy's just sitting there like, do.
Oh, he was like, they better pray to God they don't open those doors. And he told, Jamal Hill and all those guys are like, oh man, fuck this, open the door. And he goes, fellas, sit down. We want to conserve our energy. You're like, what? Just the general.
Ruthless.
The experienced
Robbie.
general's like, hold.
Tactical patience.
Hold. I fucking wish they got on
Could you
that
imagine the doors opening and Robbie Lawler just takes the step down those bus stairs, 3-4 steps down, and he sits there and just takes it all in. It's now time, man.
UFC, assemble.
Yeah.
You just pray to God one of those woke idiots are like, hold on, back up. I think that's Robbie Lawler. No, my boyfriend at the time, super toxic. He used to watch UFC. I've seen that guy. You just would pray to God. One of them had the wits to go, wait, look at their ears.
Yeah. They don't. They're so tough when there's like 70, 80 of them and there's that energy of the mob. But they've never seen real violence, right? If they're throwing bricks and they're throwing rocks and they're throwing bottles, and
that's not violence.
That's not violence.
No. That's coward shit.
Robbie Lawler's violence. Yeah. You walking up to a dude that said something slick to your wife.
Yeah.
That guy's about to experience violence.
Yeah.
Like they've never seen it.
No. Yeah, dude. I'd pay.
Like your boy yesterday. I wasn't even being it. I was being chill. I was course correcting a guy that was a little out of balance.
No, I mean, you have the skill set where you're not going to amp it up and
super chill,
knock him out.
But even him was like, that's different. I'm like, that's a 2 out of 10, man.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah.
You would crank up at 10, you're not walking out of here. Yeah. He was like, Dad, get in there. I'm like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Even when I was going with that nice gentleman who I told you I love that guy I was going with.
Tyson.
As soon as I get up there, T's like, stick it to him, Dad. I'm like, whoa, bud, take it down a notch.
I was going with Sean Apperson and Rollo runs up. He's like, beat him up, Dad. I'm like,
no, this isn't. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't also want to hit Sean Apperson hard because Sean Apperson will hit me hard back.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm not even wearing a mouthpiece. I'm not wearing a cup.
No, dude, there's none of that.
But it's the best when you're doing good work, good head movement, good footwork, right? And he out angles you, proper distance, and then that glove just touches, barely even, but it touches you, and you're like, oh.
Back in the day, this would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Even that guy I was going with yesterday, I was like, we're moving around, his reactions, his movements are good. I'm like, there's no way this guy's like a 9 to 5, or he has to have some experience. Otherwise, I've gotten really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he was an ex-pro fighter.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I can't.
Trained at the pit in the heyday.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I was at the pit. I'm like, oh, thank God.
We're like Glover and Chuck and Lights Out Lighty.
Yeah, because I kept trying to cut
Adams.
the ring off with him, and he knew what he was like doing his thing. I'm like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's doing.
And I love that it's like, are we going to do some Muay Thai clinch? Are we going to do some just strict boxing? Are we going to switch up and do like some MMA rounds where we're just like slightly grappling, like maybe hitting some tips? But that's it. Just constant flow, super safe.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jen?
By the way, how old were you, 10?
Say again, sir?
You look
He was
super
30.
young.
He was 30 there, and Robbie was 29.
This.
Oh, there? I don't know.
Yeah. But it says
I think that's the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fight.
He looks super
that's that's this right
also
here.
cut weight though.
Yeah. After this, just came out of the ring, and I don't know why. They did our physicals, post-fight physicals, immedially following.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
Even due to right before the fight, I remember they're like, man, your blood pressure and heart rate's a little high. I'm like, yeah, because I have to go into a fucking cage and fight that guy that I'm right across from that you're checking his blood pressure too.
Yeah.
His is high as well. Yeah. He's a killer. I'm a killer. Yeah, my heart rate's a little jacked, bud.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, buddy. And I'm in the arena. I'm going to compete in. Like, my fucking adrenaline's up.
Yeah.
Conor still got it.
So Conor McGregor was in Ibiza, and there's no real context to this other than someone just walked up to him. Conor was on stage, and Conor, I guess the guy said something to him, and then Conor punched him twice with the left.
He's never fighting again. His face looks like mine when I was boozing all the time.
Yeah.
It's
He's
like
definitely
bloated.
boozing.
Yeah. But these are 2 good left hooks, though, so there's still hope for the fan base out there. This guy says something to him, and watch this. Bink, bink. Still got it.
Yeah.
Still got it.
They look good.
Probably going to get a lawsuit on his hands,
That
but
was
still
like
got it.
5:53 or something a.m.
5:53
Yeah,
a.m.
so he was up.
That's not good.
No.
Man, after like midnight, 1 o'clock, the only things open, are going to be legs, liquor stores, and jails.
Yeah, it's not good. He's never fighting again. He's too...
There's nothing good that... I sound so old.
It's right, though. You get to a certain age, like, man, all the trouble happens after midnight. That's when people get bored and guys get creative and they're looking for trouble. Nothing's open.
We were watching the Stanley Cup last night. My son plays hockey. Florida wins. He's pretty pumped. They pull the goalie in the last period, and one of his favorite players on Florida scores an open net, getting a hat trick.
Yeah, cool.
So he's like, the only way it could have been better if they weren't playing Canada, if it were Texas, the Stars versus Florida.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted. And that was also what he had in his playbook, but he was not objective because he wanted Texas to go. But it ended up Florida winning. This is like 10 o'clock at night. He's so pumped. And he's like, hey, can we go get some ice cream or something to like celebrate? I'm like, no, go brush your teeth and go to bed.
No, dude,
are you
it's
insane?
Let's celebrate this moment, dude.
Stanley Cup, hockey, ice cream on a Wednesday night, Tuesday night? No.
Dude, my kids became privy because out here there's a lot of Dairy Queens. And I grew up with Dairy Queen. So they've never, they had it once in LA, but we ordered from Uber Eats, wherever, and by the time it came, it was melted, so I've never experienced it. So I took them to actual brick and mortar Dairy Queen. Their minds were blown, dude.
Have you been to a P. Terry's here?
Yes.
It's like
I
the
love
In-N-Out.
that too.
Yeah, they're
Love
good.
it.
Texas Longhorn.
Yep.
We do have In-N-Outs as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Texas has
There's
some.
one right in Cedar Park, in and out. Yeah, my wife loves it. She drove out there for it.
Yeah, I think we have 3 in Austin. We have one in Cedar Park off 1431 and 35, and then we have one in Cedar Park on 1431 right by the Costco, and then we have another one on 35 on Airport Boulevard.
Dang.
Yeah, 3 of them in Austin. I really like In-N-Out, the Snyder family. It's privately owned, and the Snyder family are really good people, and they give money to a bunch of great organizations, counter human trafficking.
They're super religious too. That's why they're not
They
open.
are.
Is that Chick-fil-A?
That's Chick-fil-A. That's not open on Sundays.
Is In-N-Out open on Sundays?
They are.
Oh, wow.
Yep. But they are really religious on their drink cups. They have scriptures on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
You've never seen that?
No, I never seen
Yeah, you get like a medium soda pop underneath it. It says John 3:16.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yep. On the fry boats, it has a scripture verse.
That's cool.
On the milkshakes, it has a scripture verse.
I did not know that. Oh, wow.
You didn't believe me. Yeah. So God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that who shall ever perish. That's John 3:16 right there.
So stone cold.
It's a good one. It's pretty much that scripture is Jesus died for you.
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's what it is. And that you should be like that dude, by Jesus, not the drink cup. Yeah, every one of them has a different.
That's cool. I did not know that. Oh, I'm going to act like I knew it. And then when we go there with the kids, I'm like, hey, kids. Wow.
Yeah, it's a neat company. The
That's
Snyder
cool.
family's a neat family.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
It's a bummer they don't do like Postmates though. I've always wanted to do Postmates with, like Postmates or Grubhub
Oh,
or
with
whatever.
In-N-Out?
With In-N-Out, but they don't do it.
Because it's
for
too
some
busy.
reason.
They're going to sit in the drive-through line for how long? Maybe out here you could do it. In LA, the one by my house right off Ventura there, any time of the day, the
it's
line's
always packed.
No, that
Postmates
one
aren't
on
gonna sit
that one on 35 in Cedar Park is busy.
That one, the one I went to by you wasn't too bad
Nah,
during the day. That's the move.
Yep.
Although I never understood it. And even the one in California, I tell my kids, they'd be like, Dad, the line's so long. I'm like, yeah, watch this. You just go park, go up to the door, order, and you get in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're lazy, dude. This is the easy route. You want in and out. You don't wait in that fucking line. Be lazy. Just get out of the car. You're already eating fat, so burn some calories. Park, walk up, order your shit.
I worked at In-N-Out Burger.
Did you?
I did. I was the fry guy.
Oh, hell
In my
yeah.
book, there's this guy named Steve Kronk. Love you, dude. He fired me. I thought I was an absolute degenerate but I was the best fry guy in the world. And
the fries are quality, right?
Oh, they're so good.
Taste the quality.
Yep. We're
fry.
We're in the back hand clean, like
cleaning
the potatoes and then dicing them by hand and then like rinsing out the starch and then like cooking them, and great all around things. But I was also in the back. I would take the broom handle off the broom and I'd be like, bow staff. And then I'd hang the bags. I'd just beat the bags, just beating the crap out of the potatoes like I was a ninja.
He's all, dude, what are you doing?
And then they got all the knives to like clean the onions and to cut the tomatoes because it's all fresh.
And how old are you at this time?
I'm 16.
Okay.
And I'm like, ooh, knives. So then I take the potatoes, I wrap it with a cardboard box, and I'm like, and then do you remember the water balloon launchers that have two giant? Yeah. I would take them. They have these parking posts that are cement, and I would attach them to the side of it, and I'd take the potatoes and I'd launch them over the 101 freeway into the Kmart parking lot.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Then we'd take them up onto the roof and do the exact same thing. And I don't know what the duration of this crime that I'm committing.
Statute of limitations. Yeah.
Hopefully we're past, but we're launching potatoes over the freeway into the Kmart parking lot.
Jesus
and we'd see all the cops come in and they're like, where do these potatoes come from? Be like, they'll never figure it out.
How can they not figure it out? Is that why you got fired?
All of those reasons are great reasons to be fired. Ultimately, there are two, I got in a fight twice.
At In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out.
Everyone's so happy when they're In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I feel like.
A guy reached through the drive-through window and like assaulted one of the young pretty girls.
Oh, wow.
Because you always put the pretty people at like the register and at the window.
Yeah, you don't want the ugly people there.
Yeah, like the Tims aren't there. I'm doing the fries.
You're in the back.
I'm the back.
You're in the back.
Right?
Yeah,
like take the hairy-handed ogre that's kind of an idiot and like get him away from the customers.
Make the shades. Yeah.
So I was like doing the fries, which is right next to the drive-through window. And the last thing when you're packaging up the food to go in there is the fries. So I'm like right immediately adjacent to her. And like, I hear this guy saying some nasty stuff in the window and I'm already irritated. And then I see him like lean through and grab her, like straight up sexual assault.
Jesus.
So like a lawn dart through the window, Tim gets launched. I was like Superman.
16.
Like a retarded raccoon.
Yeah.
Right into a dumpster. That was this
In-N-Out.
And I fought everybody in the car. So you weren't allowed to do that. And then somebody used a racial slur, and our stainless steel counters are like they're polished and they're super slippery. So I like like when you're sliding across the hood of a car in like the 60s and 70s porn movies.
Yeah.
When I heard somebody say they're waiting for food and it's not coming fast enough, and they said something nasty to one of the guys that was working there.
Black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I have a straight to violence button.
You're like, all right, here we
Let's
go.
go.
Yeah. So I would have gave you a promotion.
Yeah.
Like, we need this guy, man.
Nah. So I'm not sure if it was like
Batman of In-N-Out.
The jumping through the window, beating a dude in the lobby, throwing knives in the back, launching potatoes. It was a good.
All the above.
It was a healthy.
And when you fired, he's like, Tim, we love you. Everyone loves you.
Yeah.
We can't have this.
You're great.
You're great. You're the best. We gotta let you go, dude. Yeah. You're liability, man.
Super liability.
Super liability.
Steve, just got an award for the Snyder family as like, because he does a bunch of philanthropic work, and he's been working for the company I worked for him when I was 16.
Jeez.
He's still working for him. And it was a great career.
Same story out there in California?
No. He like became like a regional manager, and then regional manager started like
crushing it. Yeah.
But it's just like Chick-fil-A. They truly care about the food, and they truly care about the customer, and they truly care about the employees. Like they're not paying people minimum wage.
Yeah. They're taking care of them.
Yeah. You work in In-N-Out like as a 16-year-old.
So when your son wants fast food, will you go to In-N-Out usually?
He likes P. Terry's more.
Yeah.
That's his favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants the chicken burger with mayonnaise only, or he wants a double burger with ketchup only.
Not mad at it. Yeah, kids only fuck with ketchup only.
Yeah.
That's it every time.
That's sugar.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. At least you don't have the red 40 in this ketchup. Thanks for that.
What else you got, Jen?
By the way, were you training at that time when you were at In-N-Out?
I was, yeah.
So you knew how to beat those guys up. Okay.
Yeah, I started.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that kid making the fries getting fired.
Yeah. I started fighting really, really early. I was a martial artist as a kid, karate, Taekwondo, because jiu-jitsu, I had to drive 2 hours to the closest Brazilian jiu-jitsu school. We had a Japanese jiu-jitsu school in Atascadero, and that was but they still used weapons. They did a lot more striking. So it wasn't like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The closest purple belt was 2 hours away. The other option was driving to San Francisco to train with like Cesar Gracie and Jake. And it was Jake Shields and Chuck Liddell and Bo Taylor that showed up. They just were like looking for jiu-jitsu or wrestling or kickboxing or kempo or boxing. And they showed up in my gym. And I thought I was like a big deal. And then I had Jake Shields and Chuck Liddell.
Different animal.
Yeah, and Chuck was 24.
Problem.
Yep. And Jake was, he's my age. So same age, teenager, balled me up.
Monster at the time. Monster. Still is.
Yeah.
Still is. Man, I dropped my son off at his baseball camp, and all the young coaches that play at the college that I took him to, they're all, talking about UFC, and all of them like, man, we want to start in jiu-jitsu. I'm like, you're in the right spot. Like, really, I'm like, you're in literally the capital of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Best jiu-jitsu on the planet.
Like, really? I'm like, yes, they're all here. You guys, now's the time.
I get so mad. People, I have a big school, 500 members, 600 members. And they come in there and they're like whining about something. I'm like, you have Giancarlo Badoni that's teaching the morning classes. He's the 2-time ADCC world champion. Your midday class is Pat Miller. Like, that guy has won more championships and super fights. Monster. We have 40 black. I would drive 2-3 hours to train with a purple belt.
When I was coming up, there was one black belt, dude. And you were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Here? Like, even yesterday at our fucking boxing workout. How many black belts are there?
Eight black belts. Tackett was there. William Tackett was there. Tackett brother was there. Was Andrew Tackett there as well? Then we had Shane Steiner, Sean. Yeah, we had 8 black belts in like an old man fight club workout.
It's unheard of, dude. Unheard of. I tell all the young kids, I'm like, now's the time. You're literally at the pinnacle of jiu-jitsu right
People who text me like, hey, I want to start jiu-jitsu. Where should I go? I'm like, where do you live?
Throw a dart.
Because within 5 miles, there's going to be a world champion.
Yes.
Anywhere in the whole city. It's so cool.
Just get going, boys. Yeah. I told them, they're like, yeah, we wrestle in the dorms. Like, yeah, learn how to do it for real.
2012, when I got here, like by far the best grappler here. I'm not top 20 here.
Oh, dude. Monsters everywhere.
Yeah.
It's such a good time if you're into jiu-jitsu.
So fun.
Just go, man.
Yeah.
That's what I told these kids.
Just do it.
Pick.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chin? Chin, your big ass should start jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, why do you do jiu-jitsu?
I don't want to mess up my neck.
My neck's not hurt. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was like 8.
Yeah, mine's not hurt either.
My neck is not great, so I don't want to mess it up worse, is what I'm saying.
Well, don't be a jerk.
I don't mind. What?
Just be chill.
I don't want people like cranking on my neck.
Yeah, don't go with people that crank on your neck.
Yeah, tell them not to crank.
But I can't trust people. I don't know.
Oh, it's a trust issue.
If I was grappling with you, maybe because you
totally chill.
Yeah, but
unless you like hurt my friend in the round before that,
just mess me
up.
Then
it's on.
But striking, I would love to do. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
we do that 2 days a week.
All right, Brand. But I'm saying like I don't want to mess up my neck anymore.
Yeah, but you can do in striking though too. Getting jabs, your head.
No. If you teach me how to strike like on a bag or something,
I just want
like,
the workout.
like pad work or something like that.
Workouts are good. Yeah.
Better not.
Boxing fitness. I'm here for it.
Yep.
All right. Let me know if we've already discussed, or if you guys discussed it. You, Brett, Brian, or Tim have discussed this already. But have you seen this like viral video of a teacher saying that ICE raided an elementary school during graduation?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about this or talked about it?
No.
Okay, so this went really, really viral, and turns out it was incorrect. So this teacher.
So the story is, people are standing. Let me go up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So people are standing by this educator who emotionally shared how his school day was impacted by ICE raids.
You never heard this in the headlines and news? Like,
I don't watch too much news, especially right now. It's so
especially
negative.
when it ends up being fake,
and I don't want my kids to see it.
So the news headline was like ICE raided an actual elementary school, and then was looking for the parents, and the parents had to run away, and the kids are just freaking out. It was like and it just went crazy viral.
Turns out his dad was
it's false. It's not real. So this is the guy that did it. Let me just play you his video first.
It's like those guys that were walking down the street and somebody put a noose around their neck and threw bleach on them, and you found out they're just actors that were hired.
You talking about Jussie?
You like Jussie Smollett?
Yeah. Like, I just can't with this news.
His career's over.
ICE, not ISIS.
So this has over 19 million views.
This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect
So
me
is he
like
making this up?
But
Let's watch it and I'll tell you.
our neighbor's school, y'all know I work at a school. Fuck.
I mean, I believe him. I feel bad for him.
Man,
Our
me too,
neighboring
yeah.
school, I think it's Gratas. I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation. And there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are... Fuck, yo. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Gratas, I believe elementary, was having their graduation. And all of a sudden, a bunch of parents have to run out because ISIS is there. This is the story that I'm hearing.
He's just nervous.
And, you know, our school goes on lockdown. Our principal, you know, tells us it's a drill, but we know it's not a drill. And, you know, I had to come outside. It's my break. We kind of got out. We got like off of a soft lockdown. And you know, parents had to run out because they don't have papers. And they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home.
So that was not real. He says eventually that he heard that from some of his, you know, peers that's what was happening.
He's crying like that, and he didn't even experience it.
No, he didn't see it firsthand.
Oh, this guy's already like a TikTok guy.
Yeah, and plus people. Okay, so obviously the LAUSD, the Los Angeles Unified School District, had to come out and make a statement saying like that's not true at all. It didn't.
The video
happen.
posted on Instagram on Friday by the user Mr. Howie. The man said he heard parents were leaving graduation ceremony at Gratz Elementary because ICE, not ISIS, was raided the event, and some parents didn't have papers, and the kids are freaking out.
Let me get the actual thing.
It says read the whole story.
Hold on. Here's actual LAUSD.
Okay, it says this is from LAUSD. We are aware of recent rumors circulating on social media regarding immigration enforcement activity at the 5th grade graduation ceremony at Gratz Learning Academy for Young Scholars. These claims are false. Los Angeles Unified continues to work closely in school leaders, safety terms, partners. Right? Yeah. So they're saying it's false. That never happened.
It's actually false.
Someone told him that. He got on there crying like that, and none of it was validated.
And he responded as well.
Before you fact check me, hear the truth from me.
You want to hear some of it?
Sure. He's full of shit.
Let's talk for a moment, because a lot of you can't seem to tell the difference between a real emotional response to information and a news report. So let me walk you through my entire day up until the point where I pulled up my phone when I started crying. It's 8:30 in the morning. Our principal comes on the loudspeaker and tells us that we're on a soft lockdown. It takes him about 30 seconds to explain it. While this is happening, all of the other teachers' assistants in the classroom start to tell us their personal experiences. I know such and such that got picked up. I know such and such that is in danger. Oh, this kid didn't come to school because of such and such. People start sharing TikTok videos.
He can stop it, Chin.
Yeah.
He's just an idiot.
And hold on.
I like that people care for other people. And it's sweet, but
here this person.
This is I like this comment. But by the way, Tim, with this, I think. By the way, he's an actor as well.
There you go.
And people are saying he wants attention. Dude, I
wants
think
attention.
Yeah,
so this person,
to me, that's how I think it.
This person goes, an emotional reaction waited for you to hit record. Though, as a mental health expert, I can see that everything you do is to create content on social media to supplement your income. I believe your emotion was real. However, I also know there were real people around you, but you made it conscious decision to go outside and create content. Talking at your phone screen isn't therapeutic, and that's why it's not viewed as sincere. I've never once started crying and thought, oh, wait, I better record this share with my followers. Was it a live recording, or did it take multiple tries because you were overwhelmed with raw emotion? Real question. I guess this is the new time we live in. The emotion is real, but the content is manufactured. Facts.
And by the way, this has his response has 218 likes, whereas the first video that went viral has 19 million views and like a gazillion likes.
Yeah, because the left gets a hold of it. Like, look what the
I'm saying people don't believe him, so they're not liking his.
Oh no,
shit
no,
now. Yeah.
That's short-lived. Yeah. And once you come out as a fraud, people are like, all right, we're out. Move on to the next fraud.
Yeah, that's
Is that it, brother?
That's pretty much it.
Mr. Tim Kennedy, we did it again, brother.
This is a good one.
I feel like we could do it every week.
Yeah. Can't wait for my Brian to come home.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully he comes back with a tan, a few less wrinkles. We'll be good to go.
Less joy.
But appreciate you, brother. Thanks for answering the call, man.
As always.
We could do this for hours, dude. You're the best.
Jim, we got to get you a car, and I'm going to teach you how to drive.
Yes.
Let's do it and train.
And you got to fix your attitude on the streets. You're the problem.
It's
it is
them.
You're too old for that.
But my response, I have to fix. My response is how I should.
There you go. Yeah, all right. That's it. This is the Fighter and the Kennedy. We're out. Fellas, say goodbye to the weak erections. Your wife always complained about that limp wiener. No longer. I got you, man. It's Joy Mode Sexual Performance Booster. This is all natural supplements designed to enhance blood flow all over your body, but especially your wiener, giving you a firmer, more reliable erection. But Joy Mode isn't just about better sex. No, daily use supports healthier blood vessels, boosts heart health, and enhance your athletic performance. Maybe you can dunk now. It's going to be that extra inch to jam that ball down the net. We got you, man. All right. Expertly formulated and backed by science, is proven to improve erectile function by 50% in just 60 days. All you gotta do, mix the pack with water, feel the effects within 45 minutes when you're ready to do the nasty. All right? Take control with Joy Mode. Get a boost anytime, anywhere. Never miss a beat. We got you guys. So if you're looking to take your game to the next level in the bedroom and turbocharge that wiener of yours, visit tryjoymode.com. Use the code FIGHTER for 20% off single purchases, and you get 30% off subscription orders. That's TRYJOY mode.com. Use the code FIGHTER for 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders. Your wiener and your girl or your mans will thank you.